I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
So what's going on, y'all? Good morning. I'm about to go deep and hard on the paint on this because I'm really am losing patience with some people. I'm losing patience because y'all want to gaslight and y'all want to see some of you who got ruminary mindsets. You're in the way. Okay. Yeah, yeah. In order of a person to get hit and go 10 feet, 15 feet, the car has to be going at 20 miles per hour from the complete stop that has to stop to be 14 feet. Right, right. And I'm glad though you said that, George, because the math ain't mathing when somebody gonna get on the panel and say that the car that struck uh supposedly struck Jonathan Ross was, well, he flew 15 feet away. So the car has to be going 20 miles per hour. I'm glad though you did the math. Especially when the vehicle, when the conditions outside was what? There was ice on the road. There was black ice. It was snow. 14 feet away to reach that 20 miles per hour. Right. 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 I get what you're saying, George. But people around here don't think. They just spew things out on social media, try and make things um stick. So let me put something out here real quick because I was on Platinum Elite's live stream, and Platinum Elite, you're full of shit. Okay, But let me put this out here real quick. There's something that I said over here, right? And it has something to do with the title. The title of this live stream is Ross, Jonathan Ross, the ICE agent, is he a passport bro? And I'm gonna leave my argument. I'm gonna put my argument right. ICE means it's hard to keep traction. Right. It's hard to keep traction on the road. Now, where was we at? Right. So we on Platinum Lease channel, and the link of this is in the description box. I think that's what link number 5 or number 6. If you go in my description box, here's what I said, right? Or here's what the aftermath at the 2 hour and 33 minute mark.
And it was older Black Americans that trusted Joe Biden that got him across the finish line.
Stuff.
I mean, but the thing is, Platinum, I kind of understand both sides, you know, of that argument. I do understand, okay, hey, we gotta, this is wrong, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, I just can't right now, you know what I'm saying? Things are it's just kind of crazy right now. You got to pick your battles. Is this one of our battles? You know, that's the thing you got to ask yourself.
Help me out with this. Okay, so if FBA stay out of this stuff and we see Trump is slowly, you know, going a certain direction, if it leads to where you can't disagree with his administration, how is that going to benefit FBA?
That's not.
Well, hold on.
No, I'm sorry. We got to get rid of this term FBA. We got to get rid of this stupid ass term FBA. Anyway, I know I'm using it as a joke. The term every time when I use it as a joke. But that term needs to die out. I'm sorry, it needs to die out. It's sounding stupid at this point.
It's going to disadvantage everybody as a whole.
Well, hold on. But will disagreeing with his administration help FBA?
Come on, bro.
That's the stupidest question I ever heard. Did ruminary-minded people flood the airways while people who know what the hell going on don't know are shut out of conversations? The Voting Rights Act, what was going on in not Mississippi, in Louisiana, the Voting Rights Act, they're trying to get rid of it. Supreme Court is shutting down some civil rights cases. Not cases. Some civil rights laws and rules and regulations. So while you get up on a panel and say something, and Platinum, you old enough, you an old ass nigga, you should correct this nigga about saying that dumb shit. That's why I said this though. Y'all are retrobates. Y'all have a reprobate mind. Y'all think about sex too damn much. And when it's time to talk about real things, y'all just want the stupidity to flow out. Let's keep it moving. In fact, let me do this real quick. You know, all right? I sure damn did. Cause I want you to get what I'm telling you right now. So let me go ahead and continue this on. Fair use though.
I play obtuse. You heard Platt speaks very good English. He phrased the question very.
Thank you, brother. Come on, bro. Bro, what are you doing, bro? Just wait. It's your turn. Just wait till your turn,
I have a better question.
No, hold on, because I want to respond to Truth. He's saying,
yeah,
if FBAs went out their way, like in every city was down there protesting, down there raising hell for her right now. Would it help them with his administration? No, I don't think it would help him with this administration at all. No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of white women out there to protest, and like I said, it's kind of one of those things that nobody wants to see a white woman get beat. So you know what I mean. But if it's a black man, I can promise you this: the gloves are coming off. So yeah.
Well, where's all the pink hat ladies at? Shouldn't they be out here in these streets?
Oh, they're coming. Actually, yeah, I think there's a few of them out there.
Few?
Yeah, I think there was protests at DHS at one of the DHS buildings.
Yeah, but that was like
all right. I got to ask this question.
It was like
I got to ask this question to Platt, right? No, the counter Platt's art a question. Then my thing said, should FBA be involved and it should stay out of it? Then my question to those who ask that question, do you want black people to have political power? That's all I'm going to tell them. That's all I'm going to ask. And I'm going to sit back and watch what the answer is.
Well, I have a question for you. How does this generate political power for black people if we protest it?
Oh, I'll tell you why. Stop being retrobate mind. Stop having ruminary thinking. Stop thinking. Stop using your change your fucking habits about having a fucking ass what you call it, a ruminary mindset. Think about sex. First thing come out y'all's mouth is about sex. That's why they don't take black men. I'm gonna say this again. Keyword: black men. That's why they don't take black men seriously. Because the first thing come out of a black man's mouth is about relationships or sex. That's the point.
We've been protesting for a long time, by the way, and we ain't had political power in 60 years. So how is this going to give us political power?
Because when they win, or when the opposition win, you're not gonna be appointed to no cabinet. You're not gonna be appointed to no board, because they're gonna look at you and say, well, you wasn't with us when that shit happens in 2028 or 2030, and whatever the case may be. You know, y'all thinking up to now. Y'all not 4 years, 6 years ahead. And that's the point. Y'all don't think ahead. Y'all think about yesterday. I'm thinking ahead. So you think when the powers change, when the next administration comes into office, you think they're going to pay attention to you after they see y'all online saying, I don't give a fuck. You really think they're gonna sit there and say, well, I'm gonna use Platinum Leap. I want Platinum Leap to be on this board because he understood, he campaigned with us. No, they will not. They're gonna say, whoever next, somebody else. And then, nigga, you got the gall to tell me that I don't know nothing about politics. No, see, this is where I gotta say, y'all are beneath me. You don't know shit. You're not politically astute. If you want ass, you gotta get ass. You gotta give ass to take ass. And this power structure is predicated on you being inactive. It needs you to be inactive. And that's why I said, you niggas get up in my, I'm going to say this, y'all are getting in my way. or what needs to be addressed. Y'all come here with the slapstick comedic act. Comedic routine. Saying things you got no business saying. Right. Obama deported illegals. He didn't trample the rights of right. See, Obama deported more illegals than Trump. But yet though he ain't sitting there putting ice on the ground. See, and nobody don't see this is the reason why people need to know things about history and facts. They need to stop talking. You got a bunch of people with gums, bumping their gums, and don't know what the hell that they're talking about. I'm talking about the culture of black men, the culture online. Yes, Obama did use ICE, Mella, but he did not trample over the rights of the United States, the rights of other people to do it. How many American citizens got deleted with ICE when Obama was in office? See, I want some thinking people around me. I can't have these juvenile, elementary, standard operating procedure arguments. Missing the point, as always. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. No, the difference is Obama did not sit there and there was no American citizens getting hurt in the process. Kelly Ray, since though you told me 2 or 3 months ago to sit down, I suggest you sit down. Because what you just said is a gaslighting argument. You like to gaslight. You're gaslight. Where's that energy for Greg Abbott and y'all's hero in Florida? What's his name? What's that governor's name in Florida? Sending those illegals to Chicago and Martin Vineyard and all this. How is Trump violating rights? Really? It's gang. I guess you forgot about Venezuela, what he's doing, bombing the boat in the Caribbean Sea without any international law being trampled. The OAS treaty that was signed in 1948, he violated that. He violated different articles based on that. He also violated the UN Charter. He violated the Oceanic Treaty. There's a lot of treaties that Donald Trump violated. Yeah. Okay, Kelly. If that was the case, how come San Antonio, Texas is the same sanctuary city? San Antonio is the same sanctuary city. Explain it. San Antonio is a sanctuary city. How come he ain't punishing San Antonio, and San Antonio is 30 miles away from Austin. It's an hour away from Austin, Texas. They're in the same state of Texas. See again, you might want to start thinking for once, Kelly. This ain't about no bullshit. This ain't about what the shit your ass is on. Well, Kelly, you might want to do some research before you go ahead and get on your community tab and say that dumb shit you said on your community tab earlier this morning, Kelly. Because you're over here gaslighting. This ain't about no illegal aliens and shit. This is bigger than what you think it is. Now, there's something that I said, right? I'm out.
Well, the thing is, with when Joe Biden was on the campaign trail before he won.
If you watch the neighborhood video, they was shouting, telling her to leave. Move the car.
Exactly. Why didn't she just move in the first place? Move.
Because she's a white woman. You know what I'm saying? You tell a white woman what to do.
No, Janelle. Hold on. Janelle. What happened was, while they was yelling at her to leave, the dude who shot her went up to the car, and then he was trying to tell her to get out. So she was hearing two different things at the same time.
No.
And Platinum, you should never kick me off the goddamn panel because I was telling you the damn truth. And that's why, Platinum, I tag your ass because, nigga, I'm going to drag you for kicking me off the panel 4 or 5 times when I'm saying. That's why I don't like other black content creators because y'all do whole shit like this. It's on fucking tape. The first video that came out showed two ICE agents saying, leave. Y'all celebrate stupidity on black YouTube. Y'all celebrate stupidity, and I have no patience for it.
Then therefore, it's a threat. What are y'all talking about?
I'm not denying that it's not a threat. But what I'm saying is, you guys are saying the car hit him. You're saying the car hit him. And I'm saying, how did it hit him if he didn't fall? Remember, he got hit.
Hold on. Really? Well, where is the protest for Mr. Keith Porter then, who got shot by ICE in Los Angeles? What about the other American citizens, the 42 American citizens who got murked by ICE this year alone? See, you're gaslighting.
A ton and a half. Do you guys know what a ton and a half is? That's about 3,000 pound vehicle.
Does it have to hit him to be a threat?
Yeah.
You guys said.
How do you use a female avatar?
We say it.
Like I said, it didn't. It didn't help us.
You know what? Though. Fuck all this. So we're gonna go back to the main point. Is John and Ross a passport bro? You see, we're gonna go here with this, right? Oh shit. Almost. Now we're gonna go over here. Enough with Platinum. Enough with Platinum. Now let's read this real quick. Okay. Court records unpack the background of John and Ross, ICE officer who fatally shot Renee Good. Right. Now in this article, it says, It identified who is John and Ross, right? Now, here is the experienced military and law enforcement officer. In the courtroom testimony last month, Ross said he deployed to Iraq from 04 to 05 with the Indiana National Guard. Ross said he served as a machine gunner on a gun rack as part of a combat patrol team. He said he returned from Iraq in 05, went to college, and joined the Border Patrol in 07 near El Paso. He worked there to 2015, serving as a field intelligence agent, gathering and analyzing information on cartels, drug, and human trafficking, human smuggling. Okay, now we're gonna go down here, and this is where we got to talk about his psychology here, right? Ross was a leader of a team of agents who went to arrest a man who was in the U.S. illegally in the Minneapolis suburb of Bloomington on June 17. Agents had gathered outside the home of the man, Roberto Munez, Guatemala, who left his car, according to court records. FBI agents activated emergency sirens and lights, instructing him to pull over, but he did not. Ross pulled his vehicle diagonally in front of Munez, Guatemala, to force him to stop. Ross and an FBI agent identified themselves as police and point guns at Munez, Guatemala, who raised his hands. Ross then approached, the vehicle and ordered him to put in the park. Ross told the driver to lower his window all the way down and warned that he would break it if he did not. Ross used in a vehicle known as a spring-load window punch to break the rear driver's rear window and reach inside the car and unlock the car's door. Drove off while Ross Arms was caught in the vehicle, accelerated, dragging Ross down the street. He fired a taser, striking Munez in the head, face, and shoulder. Yada yada yada. Yeah. It seems like though he was dragged for months, right? But it seems that kind of fed into his psychology. I guess he was facing trauma when approaching the vehicle that Renee Good was driving. Now we're gonna go over here. Next thing we're gonna go over here, right? International Business Times, right? UK. The agent who shot and killed Renee Good is married to a migrant. A migrant Filipina. Photos and what we know. This was sent today, yesterday I should say, right? Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent who fatally shot 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good during a federal operation in South Minneapolis has identified as Jonathan E. Ross, a 10-year veteran of the agency. The revelation of his identity has brought his personal background into sharp focus, including his marriage to a Filipina migrant and a history of previous injuries sustained in the line of duty. While the Department of Homeland Security has formally refused to release the name of the officer, citing doxing concerns, the newspaper independently verified Ross drew cross-referencing court records in public testimony. John E. Ross, 43, is described by federal officials as an expert marksman and an experienced member of the South Powell Special Response Team, effectively squad unit of ICE enforcement and removal operations. According to his own testimony in a federal trial last year, Ross received, no, I'm sorry, Ross had, I'm sorry, man. Ross has served as a firearms instructor, an active shooter instructor, and a field intelligence officer, as noted. Yada 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 yada. Now, public records and social media indicate Ross was married to a woman who was immigrated to the United States from the Philippines. This person has sparked intense debate on social media regarding the complexities of the federal enforcement and the agent's role in the administration in pursuing zero tolerance immigration policies. Now, I'm not gonna go on the other stuff, but the reason why I said this on Platinum Lee's channel, right, is because of this, right? It's really because of this. It's what happened when he shot the woman, right? When he shot the woman, the word, he was cussing this woman out as she lying dead, as she's dying in the car. Okay? So the thing is, why was the woman called a fucking bitch as she lay dying? And yet he's married to an Asian woman. That's why I titled the video, this live stream, "Is He a Passport Bro?" Because I understand that you shot somebody. That's one thing. But then at the same time, as the person laying dead, you said it with such disdain. So what I'm going to do, because yes, we going on Twitter. We going to the hellhole of social media that's called Twitter, and we're gonna play this real quick, and I hope the sound is good. Is the sound good? Hold on, I want the sound good. We're gonna play this. Now let's play it again. Right. He said, I don't know if y'all hear it. He said, "You fucking bitch." Yes, Metadoll. Yes, Metadoll. I heard they say get out the car, but there's a other footage prior to that where they said tell her to leave. So what command should she took? Leave or get out the car? Let me stop sharing and let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and you know refresh this because y'all said though y'all didn't hear it. Y'all said though y'all didn't hear it. So let me go ahead. Where is it at? Where's the share thing at? Okay, the share screen thing at. Now, can anybody hear it? Press 1 if you can hear the video. Press 1 if you can hear the video. Anyway.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad. It's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking guy. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Right. Yeah. He called her you fucking bitch. So I want to know now, because he's married to a Philippine woman, and we know how some of you white guys in the manosphere, you know, some of you passport bros, you know, y'all do have disdain for American women. I want to know, was he looking for a reason? I want to know if he's looking for a reason. See, that needs to be put into the that needs to be put on the docket here, if you will. I think that needs to be put on the docket of intent, whether it was he did it as self as a what you would call it, as a self-defense, or he was intently trying to egg it on his end, egged it on so he can, you know, justify his issues with American women. You know. Right. Why would anyone stand in front of the car with a driver's seat, low IQ? Right. Exactly. He ain't matter no military. Now anyway. Now the question I'm gonna ask is, he a passport bro? So does he had the prejudice against American women? Because first of all, is, you know, he fired the shots. First of all, why need to have 2 extra shots? Why fire 2 extra shots into her head? 1 shot was enough. Why shoot it three times? Meta, go to my description box. That video of her blocking the road 4 minutes prior, it's there. I'm not gonna go do, you know, it's in the description box. But anyway, since while like this is going on, we got this right here, right? It's gang season. It's gang season. Shout out to Ty City. This right here is gang. Okay, I saw this last night, so let's play this real quick.
Good evening. On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned in part a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment. Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do, with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people. Thank you.
Now, I have a problem now, right? So, if the federal chairman was doing all these crimes, how come he was not fired? You see, I'm not stupid. The federal chairman can be fired. How come he still have his job? How come he still have his job? If he's doing his crime, I mean, he was a suspect of a crime, how is he not fired? This is gang activity. You know, it's the gang. Now, I ain't no friend of the Federal Reserve, but come on. This has something to do with Donald Trump trying to limit credit cards. All this is about limiting the access to credit cards of American citizens. This is, come on. This is gang. It's gang activity. Hold on, let me get rid of this troll. You know, I'll let the person who's on my Twitch do it, because I can't do it on Twitch. But anyway, okay, Matador. Well, what does Omar and her dumbass have to do with the fuck I'm talking about? Because Umar can't go beyond Minnesota. No, better yet, she can't go beyond Minneapolis. Now, gang, you know, the Trump administration, you know, they don't give a fuck. okay, you're going to investigate somebody over a congressional hearing in June. You implying he's doing something wrong. Well, if he's doing something wrong, how come you hadn't fired him? How come you didn't fire the Fed chair? Now the president do have the option to appoint a Fed chair, like many presidents have done. Appoint a chairman of the Fed. All this is it's not even a ploy. A ploy is not even the word ploy should be only used in normal times, and this is not normal times. All right, this is not normal time, so it's not a political ploy, like how some people say. No, this is not normal times. And on top of that, right, trying to force Greenland, making threats to the Denmark over Greenland. Greenland belongs to Denmark, but yet y'all want to do gang on Greenland. And Denmark is Denmark is an ally of the United States. Now here, it kind of reminds me of that movie with Denzel Washington. What's that movie called? When he played the 30 cop. What's it called? What's that movie called? Denzel was a 30 cop. What's that movie called? I forgot the movie's called. Ethan Hawke in it. All right. So remember the scene where Denzel and this old man met at the house, and the guy was Denzel's friend, and Denzel shot him dead. And yeah, training day. Thank you, training day. And then Ethan Hawke said, "Why you shot him? That's your friend." Well, that's what Donald Trump is doing to Denmark over Greenland. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be our ally. Denmark lost more troops in Afghanistan than any other NATO member, barring the United States. Outside of the United States and outside of Great Britain, Denmark sacrificed more lives in Afghanistan during the aftermath of 9/11. And this is how we're going to treat. And this is how we're going to treat Denmark over Greenland. Again, this is gang. It's gang. And now we're going to talk about we're going to arrest Maduro. And then trying to claim, well, it's not an act of war. Really? Okay, it's not an act of war. Okay, it's not an act of war yet. Military jets, military ships bombarded military targets in Venezuela. 60. No, I forgot how many people. About 5 dozen people got killed just to get Maduro and shipped it on to New York. It makes no sense. You know? Yeah. That's why Ben mentioned that Netanyahu is still here. He's still in office. Not understanding, they just create a problem that's not going to they just create a problem that other people that people 10, 15 years later is going to suffer for it. See, Americans are going to suffer for what Trump did in Venezuela and what he's doing in Greenland. And then he's talking about bombing Mexico. Really? You gonna talk about bombing Mexico? Do you know what would happen if America bombed Mexico? Any state, Texas, California, and every state in between, up to Colorado and Nevada. You think though they're gonna let you bomb Mexico? There ain't gonna be no reaction. No, if you really want to go after cartels, then go after cartels. Man, yeah, man. Now, Femi, you're right about this though. You're right about this though, Femi. Asians are roasting white people on you. Listen. There is a guy called the Chinese historian. There's a guy named Chinese historian. He roasting white folks now, and that's part of the Asian manosphere. And I don't fuck with them Asian manosphere dudes. I leave them alone. I leave them alone. They on that. They on a whole different level over there. Entirely different level. So yeah, we don't get. Yeah, we want to get started on American citizens of Mexican descent who would get harassed and blocked. Right? See, yeah. I mean, they're not even thinking like that. They thinking in them terms like, wait a minute. We might start some shit we might not finish. We might start some shit that they might not might not be finished. Metadol. When you disrupt, okay, Metadol. I'm gonna ask you Metadol. How did the illegals got here, Meta? I'm gonna ask you, Meta. How did the illegals got here, Meta? And for the ST time, release the files. Right. Yeah. And when they released those files, it was indacted. Open borders. Wrong, Meta. There's already fence and everything else on that southern border. What are you talking about? The problem is the reason why people are flooding into this country because we disrupt their economy south of the border. What we did to Venezuela is going to bring more Venezuelans up here. Sooner or later, and ain't gonna be no 3 years. It's gonna be 6 months. They're on the way over here already. Venezuelans who got their country all blown up, they're on the way over here already. They're gonna walk all through that swamp area and walk up the coastline of Central and Latin America to cross that border. Because you disrupted their what? Their livelihood. Right. They came here to take. The border is not going to open, Meta, I don't know where y'all think the border's going to be open up. Do you know how hard it is to cross? See, back then, I remember before in the 90s, before 9/11. I remember it was 1999. I crossed into the Mexican border. All I need was a driver license to cross into the border. And then when I leave, I have to pay a fee. Because if I bought something, I have to pay the custom fees. And sometimes we actually go deer hunting in Mexico. Okay? Some of us who live in Texas, we go deer hunting in Mexico. So every time we cross the border, we have to pay a fee. So it was very easy to cross the border. After 9/11, you can't do that. Yeah, they had a passport. They're gonna put out these big ass dogs in your face. All of that. So yeah. I'm feeling kind of tired, but I don't mind. I'm kind of feeling tired though, but still, I might have to sit there and just drop this link. I'll drop this link though. Oh wait a minute, where is the link at? Where's the? Oh, okay, I did. Okay. Anyway, I'll stay here for five more minutes. 5 more minutes. After that, though, if nobody gonna come up, then I'm gonna leave. Cause I live in the same sanctuary city. Really, Meta. Are you in the northern state or are you in the southern state? Because I hate how people. Oof, 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 man. Meta and Fim about to go at it in his chat room, man. Y'all about to go at it in his chat room. I was supposed to be cooking Anger Man and BGS. I forgot to roast them. Hold on.
What's up, Big J?
Yeah, what's going on, Femi? Morning to you.
Morning. I really just woke up. That's why my voice like this. And I ain't gonna be on here long. I just want to say, what is the mentality of Kelly Ray and Meta that they sitting up here in the chat cheering because somebody lost their life? Now, I'm learning that this is typical behavior on the right from being in the right wing live chats, both here on YouTube and TikTok, that I used to think they were all bots, right? And mentally, they probably are bots. They don't seem like they have an independent thought in their brain, that they're listening to peak headsets say FAFO, which y'all stole from Black culture, just like y'all stole the land, right? You stole it. You stole the FAFO just like you stole the land, right? Right. And I don't know who this Metadol person is, but you know them. They got a wrench, but she's sitting up there cheering because they stole somebody's oil, right? So this is when white people be talking about, oh, why are other races so down? Why can't they get up? And you ask her a question. Why are people coming to America? And it's like they get, let me watch my mouth. It's like they get stuck when you ask them a logical question like that. Why are these people coming to America? For the same reason your people came to America, right? For the same, because y'all white people not supposed to be here. So why are these quote unquote illegals in America? For the same reason your family came to America, right? So these.
Hello. What happened to Femi? Femi, like you cut out.
Yeah, somebody called my phone.
Oh,
Who would
okay.
have thought gonna get a phone call this early?
Okay.
She keeps talking about her people. Your people came over here and stole the land. I don't care how long we've been here. I've been here way more. Our people have been here way longer than y'all people ever been. So I don't care about that.
I think Meta Doll's a black woman. By the way.
Oh, so she. I mean, I went to go look on the page. I didn't see nothing but anime.
Yeah. She is a gamer.
She said, "Wow, I'm okay cheering about it." Yeah, ain't that what you just did in the chat? You forgot. I know, Magga, people's IQs are not the highest. Do you need to scroll back up and see what you wrote? Yeah, you're cheering about it. You're telling somebody because they blocked the road. And I don't care if she's black. Black people have white mentalities all the time. We see Officer Tatum. We see Candace Owens. So it doesn't matter. If you white minded, you white. Um uh She's sitting up there cheering. But both of them. I don't know where Kelly Ray went. When I came in the chat, Kelly Ray seemed to disappear. When they seem to think that it's okay if somebody was blocking a road, that they deserve death. Now this is alarming. No matter what race of this person was, no matter what sex of this person was, that people on the right think because somebody was blocking the street, right? Somebody that was a peaceful protester, that didn't have no weapon, that had a dog in the car, that she could have told him to go bite his face off. Ain't do none of that. And Kelly Ray and Meta were sitting in the chat happy that a mother lost her life. And then she said, I want to see the cell phone video from the wife. So you don't hear about this part. This is what I'm learning about people on the right. And I'm not left or right. I think both this shit is gang. And people got a problem with the Bloods and the Crips, but they could go blood and Crip with politics. That shit don't make no sense to me. All right. So, but I'm learning how people want to write or by watching all this. And I keep hearing about the radical left wing. The only person I see on a radical left is Destiny. Because I didn't heard Destiny say some crazy stuff. But other than Destiny, the people on the right, they're violent. They obviously have mental disorders. They obviously didn't get love as a child. And they like violence and death because these two aren't the only people cheering that a mom has lost her life. They're not the only people cheering. So I think that like I said, I'm not left or right, but I would definitely vote for the people on the left next election. I'm going to get all my friends to do it. I'm going to campaign and all that because this is a mental disorder and a sickness. Let me see what she said. You were cheering. You said she FAFO. Do you not know what FAFO mean? Do you not know what it like? See, this is what people on the right do. They like to play games like this. Just like we all saw the video, they like to play games like this. This girl was just in the chat talk about, oh, she effed around and found out. You think that's cheering about it? That's being happy about it. A woman lost her life, and you're using YN slang to describe what happened to her. YN slang. You using that to describe what happened to her. Y'all supposed to be mature. Y'all is grown. I'm not saying this person specifically. I don't know how old they are, but I'm saying in general, P. Hex says it is a grown man getting in front of generals talking about FAFO. This is the mentality of white people, and this is why I make my videos to let black people know you never had low IQ. You never did. This was a trick that they tried to tell you, and they knew your IQs were higher than theirs. So that's why they poisoned your communities with lead. And even with lead poisoning, we still come out to be authors and scientists and musicians and everything else, even despite all the stuff that they did to us. This whole, and this is the only reason why I wish Charlie Kirk was still here, because Charlie Kirk set up on his platform and talked about unqualified people, and these two people in the chat, Kelly Ray and this Meta person, are sitting up here cheering unqualified people. You telling me this is a federal agent? Federal agents. Now, I don't know if y'all seen, but I seen the number come up on YouTube plenty of times. Join ICE, join this, join that. And I know that they was looking for anybody to join because there's just not enough people to deploy in America and then put in Venezuela, then send to Greenland. And then we don't have that many people in the military. That's why they trying to recruit now. So I'm not going to sit up here and believe that this man was a qualified federal agent. We know what they do for white people. We know that y'all got rid of DEI. So now we got unqualified white men. Unqualified white man. Because if that was a black man or a Mexican man, that lady would still be alive. We all know this. We all know if this was any other man or a woman, that this woman would still be alive. While these people sitting in the chat cheering on this lady. Oh, she was sitting in the middle of the road. So dangerous. So dangerous. She was sitting there in the middle. So dangerous. And they sitting up there cheering about it. Stop being like CNN. I don't even watch no CNN. Won't you stop being like Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump and have your own brain and your own eyes to see what's going on? And this is what I don't get about these people. They're so low IQ, right? These motherfuckers, they don't talk about this dude ain't bring down no grocery prices. This dude ain't bring down no rent. This dude ain't did nothing for America. Why he sitting up there telling them we're the hottest country in the world? Meta and Kelly Ray probably think this, right? They probably think this. We're the hottest country in the world while they're dragging people, killing people, and doing all this. We the hottest country in the world when he has added nothing to our infrastructure. He has not tried to go build nothing on a quote unquote Gulf of America, right? No new resorts, no new attractions for America. But that man sit up there and tell you we're the hottest country in the world, and these dumbasses eat it up. They call them NPCs, people that don't have their own brain and they just walk around and think. She said egg prices went down. Are you? I'm trying to be nice. Or eggs, the only thing people eat. See, this is how you see that they're easily controlled. I said groceries. She said eggs. I don't eat eggs. Guess what? Big J got all the eggs he needs. You think we care about the eggs? I don't eat eggs. So I said groceries. Did grocery prices go down? Eggs are still $5 across the street for me. Eggs are still $5. So I don't know. Go ahead, Big J. Say what you was about to say.
Yeah, I was about to say because Kelly Ray said something, right? Said we didn't blow up Venezuela. It's only the problem when Trump makes a move. What Kelly Ray? Have you been okay? I asked Kelly Ray, which news agency are you watching? Have you see that's why I watch DW from Germany. I watch BBC from Britain. I watch CBC from Canada. Do you see the dead bodies in Venezuela? He blew up an army barrack. There's dozens. There's about 5 dozen people killed in order to capture Maduro. What are you talking about, Kelly Ray? And then though, Kelly Ray, what about the international laws that's been American first? But America, treaties or laws? See, now you see what Kelly Ray said, right? I'm going to be a proud American no matter who the president is. I may not be happy with all their actions, but I understand it is what it is.
Yeah, because she's a bot. She's an NPC. She don't have her own brain.
Oof.
She she won't. I'll go back on her content and look a couple years ago to see how she was acting. Because number one, I don't believe her. But like you said, I watch other news outlets too. The right wing. This is why they keep them where they're at the bottom. They don't understand what's going on. So me and my homegirl, we always talk about it's a shame that Black Americans live here because the only way white people gonna learn until they get their moment where they get bombed and they're terrorized. They need white people in America need to be terrorized so they can understand. And I'm not even sure with the mindset that they have, with all the brainwashing that they have, with their IQs. I even don't know if that will resonate with them, because they'll sit up there and blame everybody else except for the president that got us into this mess. But yes, they need a crisis, because they don't know how to. You see how uppity they are about taking people's oil, about taking people's land. Oh, that many people didn't get killed. They didn't they need a crisis. They need something to happen that's horrific to them for them to understand. And unfortunately, Black Americans got to be here. Hopefully they don't target us. They know that we ain't a part of this. Like, we don't want no part of this. We don't want no part of that man. But them over there cheering for him, that's who need the punishment, because it's obviously they don't understand. So this person in the chat is still talking about eggs when I just told her eggs wasn't the only grocery. And you see how low IQ she is. She can't even name another grocery. Eggs is $2 to $3. Well, it ain't for everybody. So you that slow that you think all Americans is riding off your eggs being only a couple dollars? You that slow? You're that much of a death cult that you don't care about nothing else but some goddamn eggs? The MFer ain't lower no goddamn rent. Ain't that what I just said? And you talk about some eggs. Can a person go live in a goddamn egg? Didn't he cut everybody's food stamps? Where the jobs at? I heard that we 80,000 jobs down and y'all worried about somebody blocking the down street. How dumb can you be? How dumb can y'all be? Y'all that dumb? Or y'all can't just admit, oh, we was wrong about this person? You talking about some damn eggs. You talk about some damn eggs when people can't pay their goddamn rent because there ain't no goddamn jobs, and you need 2 jobs to live in America because the dude said that he was going to put a price cap on rent and they never do that. Y'all are dumb to not be fighting for all the things that he said that he was going to do. And y'all sit here dumb cheering about some goddamn agents killing somebody. You're dumb. You're dumb, you're low IQ, you don't have a brain to think, you're not going to flourish in life. None of the mega people seem like they're flourishing in life. When I'm looking at the stuff that I'm looking at on TikTok and stuff like that. I don't know none personally, but just to look at them on TikTok and YouTube, they seem like very unhappy people. They're always yelling, they're always mad, they're always happy about somebody. Like, who sits in our house and be happy that a Mexican is getting deported? I don't understand that. Y'all were cheering for Mexicans to be eaten by alligators. Y'all are evil people that need to be exterminated from America. We don't need that type of energy here. We're real people that's in America. Real people that's in America want to see it flourish. We don't want to see people dragged out. And y'all really just doing this for fun. Because these people that's here, just like I said, I understand people ain't like it when she said it. But when Kelly Osbourne said, Trump, who's going to clean your toilets? Was she right? Because a lot of these hotels can't even take the people. Well, ain't nobody traveling to America anyway. But if people was traveling to America, a lot of these hotels ain't even staffed now because y'all came and took their staff. Your president didn't have no plan. Your president took them. This is your president is the ultimate DEI hire that we always talk about. That white people that don't know nothing always make it to the top. He sent all them people out of the farms, right? Thinking Black people was gonna go to the farms. Black people live in the city. Are y'all dumb? Y'all thought this is what your president thought. Your president thought that people that lived in the city. I don't even know where a farm is at. I done lived in a lot of major cities in America. When I'm driving from city to city, it takes me miles and miles to see a farm. Your president thought that Black people was going to go do that? That's not smart. He has a low IQ, like y'all. That wasn't smart. And even if he thought this, right, do you think that you would have put a plan together? Hey, if y'all want to come work out on this farm, we know y'all don't live nowhere near a farm. We going to have a charter bus to come out there and take y'all and bring y'all back. But no, that he's dumb. He didn't think of that. He just thought that we were going to go out there. He's dumb. Did he have a plan? Did he say, hey, let's get some temp agencies up, because when we take these illegals out of the hotels won't have nobody working for them. So let's get some people signed up before we let these people out so y'all businesses can keep running. I thought he was a businessman. Why do I have to think of that as a Black woman that has some stuff set up before you send all these people out? Y'all ain't even think of that. Nobody advised the president and Trump, if we're going to send all these people out, we should have a list of people ready to work for these hotels and for the farmers so the country could keep going. No, because he's dumb. Because he's dumb. He didn't think of that. Or he just don't care because he's a German. Why would a German care about America? We want to sit up here and act like these people is illegal immigrants that act like they so bad, but you got a German in office that Kelly Ray and this other person, it ain't clicked yet that he don't give a fuck about America. He don't give a fuck about America. And they're too low IQ to realize that. You think somebody that cared about America will run this economy into the ground? Y'all ain't thinking because y'all can't think because you're MAGA and they brainwashed y'all into having a low IQ. What's the others? Why they are on welfare? More white people is on welfare. Why y'all care about some? Why? Ain't that at all? I don't give a F about people on welfare. I sit in my apartment looking at the pool, my view of the pool, right? Do you think I'm thinking about people on welfare? What is you worried about people on welfare for when Trump sent $40 billion to Argentina? Why are you worried about welfare when Trump trying to spend more money on the military when we ain't got nothing here? Is you slow? What is you worried about people on welfare for? Because they told you to? I want you to write in the chat. What is you worried about people on welfare for? Girl, people on welfare don't affect my life. They do not affect my life. Matter of fact, why don't you hit the link? Won't you hit the link so you could come up here and tell me why you worried about people on welfare? Well, more white people get welfare anyway, and I ain't worried about no white people, and I ain't worried about no white people on welfare. I can care less. I can care less about black people on welfare, white people on welfare. That shit do not change my life. That shit do not change my life. I'm still going to do here regardless of who on welfare or not, right? You still going to live your life regardless of who welfare or right? Or you can't, or Meta, you can't live your life with people being on welfare. Your life has come to a halt because people on welfare.
Well, Meta, and anybody else, I mean, the doors of the church is open. I mean,
Meta, hit the link.
Hit that link. You can hit the link if you want. You can hit that link if you want.
Don't be scared. You talking all this in the chat. Come up here and voice your opinion about why you're okay with a mother of three being executed. I mean, I know Charlie Kirk said he want public executions, and I see how easily your minds are infiltrated. I can see it. So maybe that's why he did it, because Charlie Kirk said we want public executions. Well, he wasn't scared for his life at all. Charlie Kirk told him to do it. That's what Charlie Kirk told him to do. Come on, hit the link. I am worried a lot more than that. I didn't say that. You just was talking about people on welfare. Who was even talking about welfare? That's it up there on y'all minds is low IQ MAGA people. Do you know what I think about every day as a person that's not MAGA? I think about love, life, prosperity, money, making money, getting more money, building a business, building a nonprofit organization. While you're thinking about people on welfare, who's low IQ? While you're thinking about people on welfare, while there's 80,000 less jobs than there were last year at this time, you're worried about people on welfare instead of your president coming through on his promises, jobs. We're going to bring factory jobs back. We're going to do this. And you ain't got shit to say. You talking about a person on welfare. You ain't got shit to say. Come and hit the link. Because you ain't got shit to say about what this dude promised America. And you talk about somebody that they ain't got $0 goddamn dollars to their goddamn name. When a MFer when a MFer got trillions of dollars to their name telling you they was going to lower rent, your ass is worried about a person on goddamn welfare that can't move a mountain. What is wrong with you in your head? Hit the link, because I need to diagnose you mentally. I need you to hit the link to see where you coming from, because you and that, I ain't cheering for this and I ain't doing it. How am I misunderstanding? How am I misinterpreting your words? I'm not MAGA that could watch a whole video and misinterpret it. So how am I misinterpreting your words? Why don't you come up here and say what you got to say? It's not just about welfare. What is it about? What is it about? Trump, in the Epstein files, they said Trump threw a baby off a yacht that was his. The girl that he assaulted mysteriously came up with her head missing, just like this girl. There's a lot of similarities there, and I know there's some people that call me a conspiracy theorist, but that's called a white man's trick. Like where you see things that's obvious and they try to gaslight you into thinking that you're crazy. All this stuff seems like it's connected to me. I want her to hit the link because she said it ain't just about the welfare. Yeah, they like it's because they don't have their own mind to think. I would love for Kelly Ray to hit the link too, because Kelly Ray ain't never got nothing to say to me. I be leaving comments all on her post. She don't ever had nothing to say to me, so she could come up here too and explain themselves why they think because a lady was blocking the street. Now, Big J said that he posted the video of her blocking the street. I didn't see that video, but even when I see it, there's no reason for somebody to be unalive because they were blocking the street. But if MAGA thinks that,
go ahead.
If MAGA thinks that, the rest of America has to understand that the MAGA is the type of people that got exiled from Britain. So we need to gather these people up and exile them somewhere. They can go back to Britain. They can go to Australia, but these are the type of people that got exiled from Britain. They were people with mental disabilities, from incest, people that were committing crimes and doing other things, that they got exiled from Britain and they came over here. But they talk about some migrants that they don't even know their own history, but they talking about some migrants. Did Metadol, do you know that history? But you talking about some migrants? And I'm wondering why she ain't hit the link yet. I'm wondering why Kelly Ray ain't hit the link yet. I ain't got that much time, and I ain't trying to take over the show, but y'all was really pissing me off in the chat talk about FAFO. Y'all sound slow. That man, this is called programming. Maybe y'all can look this up. It's called programming. They sit up there and look how y'all program by saying that. FAFO has been a YN saying for a long time, and y'all probably ain't never said it. But this band kept on getting up there and repeating it. It's like a commercial. This is what I was telling DKT about marketing. It's marketing, and they got up into your head, and your brain is so easily moldable like putty and clay that now you're asleep. You're a sleep sheep, and you're going along with what they say. Because if you actually think that it's okay that this lady came up unalive, then y'all are cheering for other people to be unalive. Y'all need to be exiled into some island that we never heard of, where the weather is really, really bad, just to get rid of people like y'all. America don't need that. And if this is what America is going to be because of these type of people, nobody's coming here. Are y'all aware that people are canceling their tickets for what is that called? The soccer match? What is it called? It's a big soccer match that's supposed to go with football, whatever they call it overseas. 10,000 people have already canceled their ticket, and that was 2 days ago when that happened. 10,000 people canceled their ticket. There are people that are like Big J said, you got to go look at other countries' content. All them people in them other countries, like, oh, we're canceling our timeshares. We're not going to America this year. We'll never go to America again. And Kelly Ray and Meta can't see that the harm that they're causing on America. Oh, America's going to be ran into the ground. And I will hope that the rest of the world do not let white Americans come to their country. Do not let them come stay in their country, because white Americans is what did this to the world. This man is trying to attack every country when we was just chilling with Biden. He want to keep saying, oh, the Biden administration was horrible. We was chilling. My business was going good. I was making money. Now with Trump, everybody's on edge every day. And Kelly Ray thinks this is okay. Matta thinks that this is okay. That people is constantly stressed out, not just in America. This is how stupid they are. Trump said that he was going to take the oil, and the oil companies was all in, and ain't none of the oil companies in. None of them want to invest their money into that. Because what he did was illegal, right, Big J? He broke international law, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
I did a live stream, and I put out the treaty and I actually read the treaty, and I'm telling you where he violated the treaty. He violated at least a dozen acts of the OAS treaty of 1948. When he was bombing, when he took Maduro, and he bombed that the army barracks in Venezuela, and also that Air Force base. I'm like, come on, he violated. It's a violation because Venezuela did not attack the United States, and the OAS is opposed to OAS is like it's like the UN, but it's for the Americas. You know, from Canada on down to Argentina, there's a group thing called OAS, the Organization of American States, right? So they meet every month in Washington D.C. If something happens south of the border, they're the ones that's supposed to say, okay, how are we gonna mediate the war between Mexico and Guatemala, or Argentina and Chile might go to war? They mediate the shit, but OAS was not even involved in this. So all that the treaty was violated. So yeah, Donald Trump committed a war crime.
So what would be the ramifications if the oil companies went down here knowing that they acquired it illegally?
I don't know.
They probably don't know either. That's probably why they not going. They probably don't know either.
Right.
It's never happened before.
I mean, Chevron is not going to touch that oil because they're scared. They're scared of what might happen. You know, some of the employees might come up in there and become missing.
Okay, right. You're right. I didn't think about that.
And things like that. You know, they never really fully think things out.
No.
You know.
And you would think for an administration that thinks that they rule the world, that they would think things out, but you can tell that these are little boys that they have a thought and they run with it. So she said, why would I come hit the link so you could repeat the same thing more times? Meta, that's how I see I got to get through to you. You repeated the same things in the chat several times. You shouldn't have been blocking the roadway, right? Pete Hegseth repeats the same things many times, right? That's how he get the people like you. So that's why I'm doing it. See, remember when I said y'all got a low IQ? You can't even understand what I'm doing. I see Pete Hegseth and Trump repeated the same things to y'all about welfare and migrants. That's what you repeated, right? That's what your brain did, right? So I understand that your brain works from repetition. That's why I keep doing it. So do not use that as an excuse not to hit the link. If you scared, you just scared. If you can't have an argument without repeating what Pete Hegseth and Trump said, just say that. Just say it. You learn from people repeating. That's how you learn. You don't learn on your own. You learn from people repeating. So that's why I'm doing it to you. Do you understand? Do you comprehend? Because you certainly comprehend if you block a roadway, then you're gonna get shot in your head. You certainly can comprehend that. So you have to comprehend what I'm doing to you. I just understand your learning style. That's all. That's all. So you can hit the link. Hit the link so we could talk about something different. So we could talk about your eggs versus everybody else's eggs and what the president said. I want to know if your eggs your eggs being the price today, or do that satisfy you from when the president said that he was going to lower grocery prices? I want to know, does your diet consist of only eggs? How do you make your eggs? Are they boiled one day and scrambled the next, since you can't afford steak to go with your eggs? Is that what you're doing? Or are you shaping your eggs into steak so it could seem like you're having more with your meal, since all he did was lower eggs and that's why you're satisfied? I need you to come up here and explain these things to me. You said I was cheering. You were cheering. I'll go back in the chat and screenshot it and tag you. Do you want me to do that? Because I'm good for that. And I'm going to be on your ass for a couple of days if I do that. You don't want me to do that. You don't want me to do that. I'm going to be on your ass for a while if I go back up in this chat and screenshot what you said and post it on my wall. You don't want that. You were cheering. You said what SASO is a cheer. You can't comprehend this. Maybe I don't need you to hit the link, because maybe this ain't for you. SASO is a cheer. I know y'all stole it from the YNs, but it's a cheer. SASO is something that y'all use to express your happiness when something happens to somebody that you don't like. It's a cheer. It's supposed to express your glee of people people getting unalived, as we can see, that y'all are gleeful about this. So I'm sure she's going to say, I wasn't gleeful. I was just saying, if you block the road, there was a chance that one of these white men because they're emasculated all the time because women have better positions in them now, that they might do this to you. That's all I'm saying. I'm not cheering it on. That should have never happened. You have other people in the military getting on TV on these YouTube channels saying it shouldn't happen. You have other law enforcement, and these are white boys. Other law enforcement getting on YouTube channels and saying it shouldn't happen, that you're responsible for every bullet that comes out your gun. They are up here saying this, and you are still in the chat talking about, oh, she shouldn't have blocked the road. He didn't know how to deal with that better. You got white women on TikTok talking about, oh, the veil is unmasked. We learned that it's not black men, that it's white men doing this. I put that video up on my channel so you can watch white women talking about how y'all were tricked into being scared of the boogeyman black man when it was the white men all the time. I don't know how y'all got tricked in that, and y'all live in your community and you see what's going on. I mean, it's just another part of the low IQ that they tricked y'all into thinking black people were doing this while white men been doing it to you the whole time. It's a part of the brainwashing, right? But even though you are brainwashed, I know that you hear the same things that I'm hearing. I know that you're hearing these other professionals talk about him pulling off his gun. Even if you're not going over to the UK side, but even there's a man that I listened to from Canada, and all of them is saying there's no way this is justifiable. Your own vice president, which I am disgusted. I've always been disgusted by J.D. Vance. He's not qualified to be the vice president. Charlie Kirk never talked about him. What qualifications does J.D. Vance have to be a vice president? But y'all talk about black women in customer service, right? Your vice president basically said that it was okay for what happened to that lady. And then the priest, I forget which priest he was from what church, but he condemned J.D. Vance and said he doesn't follow any of the Catholic values. You got so many people speaking up about it, but y'all two dumbasses is in the chat cheering it on. And y'all don't see what's wrong. So either, to me, you have a problem that you can't admit that the person that you voted for is destroying the world, or you have a mental disability and you're like really psychotic. Because Meta said that she wants to see the wife's phone video. How insensitive is that? Yet you don't think that she's cheering. What you need to see the wife's cell phone video for? We probably will see it, but what you need to see it for? You ain't no goddamn detective. You ain't trying to detect shit. You just trying to say FAFO. Ha ha ha. Her wife shouldn't have said this. Ha ha ha. That's what you're trying to do because that's where your mind is at. They'll quit their jobs and become protesters. Who's quitting their jobs? So you're dumb. You're like Laura Ingraham thinking that the protesters don't have no job. Y'all don't know. Are you slow that you don't know people got days off? You know people get 2 days off a week, right? But with their 80,000 jobs lost, some of them might only be working part-time for Uber, right? Since your president didn't create the jobs he said, maybe these people are only doing 20 hours a week. Can you think better? Are you able to think with your brain? Because Laura Ingraham can't think. She couldn't think when she was out there asking them protesters, do you have a job? Bitch, don't you got a job? You right here too. Can you think? So I see where Meta and Kelly Ray come from, because Laura Ingraham has bukus of money and she still couldn't think that she was at work at the protest, so this girl could have had a job at the protest. Y'all don't think? But maybe the girl's only working 10 hours a week because there ain't no daycare no more. Maybe that's all she can afford since your president took away the daycare. Maybe she can't get a job in tech since engineers are driving Uber right now, right? You should learn how to think, Meta. You should try it. It really makes life go by easier when you can think and not be controlled by a cult. There's this thing called selective outrage. I think you have selective information bias. So, because I don't think that a person blocking the street should end in death. Hey, BJ, I obviously see that she is not the person to talk to. That she is brainwashed to oblivion. She thinks I have information bias because I don't think that a person, whether if it's a male, female, black, white, 15, 50 years old, a block in the street shouldn't end in an execution. I have information bias because of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. She won't hit the link. You are brainwashed. You keep saying FAFO, and that was never a part of your language before. You're brainwashed.
Metadol had not been on my panel since 2015. She hadn't been on my panel for a long minute.
So the government committing a crime against a white woman is what brought her out, and she doesn't understand where her mental disability comes from. All the topics you didn't have since then, but the government taking an innocent life is what brought her out. You can't. What Kevin said, you can't make this stuff up. Meta, why you here now? You ain't been here all this time. This is what got your adrenaline running to come back over here to talk about why somebody blocking the street should be executed. That's what got you up. I got up to make pancakes and eggs, and you got up to defend unqualified quote unquote federal agent for his despicable actions. Hey, Queen.
Good morning, Sammy.
Queen, you know I had to be mad to hop up here this early.
I was like, you up here fighting early in the morning.
They was in the chat like, yeah, FAFO. He said, I'm tired, but I'm gonna drop this link. I said, yeah, I'm finna hit this link.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't understand how so many people are okay with American citizens being gunned down by the federal government. That's a little crazy.
I think so too.
Like, okay, and this lady, great. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that she did nothing wrong, because there's definitely some things that she could have done this.
I'm not. You're right. I'm not going to say she did nothing wrong either. I couldn't hear everything. It was like somebody told her to leave, but somebody told her to get out the car. So I guess
so that's why it needs to be one thing leads to another that leads to another. You can't tell her to get the fuck out of the car without first letting her know that she's detained. So first of all, it wasn't a lawful stop. So that within itself already puts the officer in the wrong position. What else is a disadvantage for them? They don't have business doing anything that they're doing. That is not ISIS territory. So he probably don't even know to give a lawful order or a proper traffic stop. He was never detained. So you can't just walk up to somebody's car and open their door and tell them to get the fuck out the car. That's not how it works. That's not a lawful order. So that within itself is illegal.
Right, because like he was supposed to be telling her you're under arrest. Didn't tell her to get out.
Yeah.
But they also told her to move. They told her two different things at one time. So when she said drive, baby, drive, if somebody told you to move and then she said drive, baby, drive, you can't get mad at that. You can't get mad. And this is why I'm saying I don't believe these people are actually federal agents. I believe these are people that called the number on YouTube for ICE and they just put them in a federal agent uniform, because I would think a federal agent will conduct themselves better. He walked straight up to her car and pulled on the handle. I've never seen nobody do that in no video, not even no cop. So you cannot tell me these are real federal agents that were trained. And I can see why the public will disrespect them, because none of us think these are real federal agents. They don't act like real federal agents. They don't move like real federal agents. They move like people that were paid by Trump to agitate the American people.
Well, federal agents, that's not normally their jurisdiction. They don't normally perform traffic stops in the nation. So they kind of doing stuff that is not customary for their particular role. That stuff is usually for the city police, the sheriff, etc.
Right.
Not their job.
Right. So the job of these federal agents is minor traffic violations now. I thought they were here to make America great again. Is this making America great, Meta? You keep talking about she was in the road. Okay, Meta. Was she out on the road waving a gun or threatening people? You can't get that to your thick skull. That's too hard for you to comprehend. So the next time you pull over, you get pulled over, right? For anything, right? Should the cop handle you in that way? Should he just get irate with you, a woman? Do you think those is proper actions of somebody that's supposed to be trained at their job? Y'all get mad. Y'all get black fatigue if a person at McDonald's goddamn yell. But this is okay with y'all? Y'all don't make no sense. Meta, I'm trying to get you to make it make sense. I told you to hit the link. We talk about other stuff now. Hit the link. Why you got Twitter fingers in the chat when you could easily come up here and explain yourself? It's like you don't want to be brought down to reality. You want to be able to be in the chat and live in a fantasy world that you created for you because your eggs are $2 for 10. And I guess that's what you're eating, straight protein. Girl, you won't be looking good by the summer since all you eating is them $3 eggs. That's straight protein, no carbs. So go ahead, because you ain't worried about the price of the beef. You ain't worried about the price of the chicken. You ain't worried about the price of the lemons. Lemons used to be $4. Now they're $4. Radishes used to cost next to nothing. Now they're $3.99 for like 5 radishes. But Meta's eggs, where she lives at, are $3 to $4. So America should be happy. That's what Meta thinks. And
yeah, crazy. Yes, there are
you
some
said your
things
eggs was $4, Meta. You said your eggs was $4, Meta. You said that when I said the president didn't bring down the price of groceries. You said your eggs were $4. And I said, is eggs groceries or is that a grocery item? So why don't you tell me something else that went down? Cause rice and roni across the street for me is like two for $2. Like nothing's down. I think I bought stuff to make a salad the other day and it came to $50 for some salad stuff. So your president, instead of worried about people doing traffic violations, Meta, instead of you worried about traffic violations, and I understand your president is worried about decorating a ballroom, so your IQ goes to worried about traffic violations. But I'm going to tell you, instead of worrying about that, you should worry about what your president promised you for you to wait in that line to vote for him. You should be worried about the rent prices. You should be worried about the mortgage going up. You should be worried about property tax going up. You should be worried about there's 80,000 job loss. You should be worried about him lying, about him firing the person that gave the job report. These are all things that Meta could be worried about and Kelly Ray could be worried about. But they're worried about people on food stamps and people in their vehicle because they're small-minded people and they don't think they don't think of the important things.
What? Kelly Ray said something about people being on food stamps?
Nothing was talking about people being on food stamps, but wasn't nobody talking about people being on food stamps. What that got to do with this girl getting blown, her face getting blown off? But then I asked her, what is you worried about people on food stamps for? She said, just not the people on food stamps and all the people, all the illegals is getting put out. Why is y'all worried about that? My life was fine with the illegals here. Your life was that messed up because it's some Mexicans? What type of life is you living that your life is messed up because of some Mexicans? My life was going fine. I was fucking and making money when the Mexicans was here. So what was you doing that your life was just so astray? Oh my God, the Mexicans. We gotta get them out of here. Is you like that because Trump told you to be like that? Because what the Mexicans do to you?
Well, Nancy May said she answered, I think Senator of Minnesota, she said, due to Somalis that are American citizens, American Somali said they speak English.
So she said she was talking about the immigrants getting public assistance through people or savings. Girl, what is you worried about it for? Is you hearing people? Did you try to get some food stamps and you couldn't get it because they told you a Mexican got it? Because who you know that didn't get no food stamps because of some Mexicans? Please tell me in the chat who you know. Is it you? Because if you wasn't getting, I never worked at a welfare office, but I done worked in a hospital.
Wait a minute. What's culturally appropriated food? What is that? What is culturally appropriated?
They were getting extra money on their debit cards. Oh, what that got to do with you? You broke? You need that extra money? You want me to throw you a couple dollars? Is that what you need? You worried about them getting some money? What that got to do with you? Is the water not running in your house? You must not be getting no dick, because if you get some dick, you don't need to be worried about what Mexicans got on their goddamn car. Because guess what? I ain't never worried about. I don't even know Mexicans got a goddamn car, girl. I didn't even know that. You telling me this now? So where's your life at that you worried about? You know that a Mexican got a car? Did a Mexican break your heart? Is that how you know about the car? You used to mess with a Mexican dude or something? Because this is what I mean about people on the right. Their lives are so uninteresting that they know all these facts.
What?
They're here eating at food pantries. Will elderly choose to go eat? The elderly still. When the last time you been to a food pantry? So you telling me there ain't no elderly people in the food pantry? I remember driving past a food pantry in Atlanta. They might have been a couple years ago, but I seen older people in the line.
But don't you think it's a problem that I think we have to eat at food pantries rather than going to the hospital after they have served their time and been productive in American society? They have to go to a food pantry to be able to feed themselves. Like that is insane.
Yeah. Meta don't see the bigger problem, and she's telling me I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get why you want other people's fucking business when you got your own life. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. Everything that you told me, right? That you just told me that these Mexicans had a food court or they're getting extra money. I never knew this, right? But if I look back on my life, this shit never affected my life. I would have still been working at the salon. I would have been still traveling. I'd have still been going from here to here to here if I would have known the Mexicans was getting a food card. You see how that didn't affect my life? But you so stressed out and worried about it. Not just Mexicans. Meta. What do you do with your life, Meta? Because Meta, I don't care, right? Meta, you know what I'm doing? Queen opened up me to start writing because she started writing, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to become a good writer, right? Because of Queen. So when you're not thinking about Mexicans and immigrants, you can look to other Black women and get inspired by them. And then once you get inspired by them, then your mind goes to, how do I become better at this, right? You're thinking about immigrants. You're not bettering your life at all. You're not trying to do anything else with your life because you're sitting up there at home. Oh my God, Mexicans is getting food stamps and they're getting food on their cards, while me and Queen is trying to become better writers. This is our IQ. We're up here, up at the top, and this is yours. This is us progressing in life, and this is you being at the same level, still thinking about some goddamn Mexicans and other races getting food stamps. We don't care about that yet. Like we got lives, we got kids, we got projects to make, we got videos to make, and you sitting up here being a purple dot on a goddamn screen, worried about some Mexicans. You ain't even worried about your goddamn avatar because you worried about the goddamn Mexicans getting food stamps. We all got avatars, and you're so worried. No, just think of the immigrants. No, just think about immigrants. You are doing a straw man stuff. Look, I don't know what you talk about straw man stuff. I'm letting you know that you can't even tell me why you're worried about this. You keep saying things and I keep asking you questions and I keep telling you got a controlled brain because you cannot rebuttal. You just keep throwing food stamps, Mexicans. Oh, she was sitting in the street. You can't say anything else. That's why you won't hit the link. Because you don't have any other argument but what Pete and Donald told you. Yeah, I know about Meta.
Somebody said though, who is playing cards in here? Is somebody playing with cards? What that's supposed to mean?
I was shuffling phones to make a hit. If I
A Mexican must be broke. Yeah. It must have broke up with her because I don't see how she know all this. And Queen had gave me some information about my neighbors upstairs when I was asking her like why they keep asking me for sugar, and she told me, well, that's what they do in that community. And sometimes that's all it takes is some understanding. That's why they say you gotta learn other cultures. Cause I'm like, damn, why they keep knocking on my door asking me for shit like sugar, sure, salt, sure. Now you want to use my ironing board? That was a little weird to me. But she let me know, like, when they live in they communities, that's how they are. So it wasn't personal towards you, like she was trying to use you. That's just a custom that they have. Meta, do you try to learn about other cultures like Big J just told you? Why are they in America? It's because America takes their resources from their country. The audacity. I mean, I don't know if you knew that, but if you did know that, the audacity, you thinking that it's okay for him to go steal the oil. So once he goes steal the oil and steal the resources they had from their country for making money, they're going to come here because y'all got that money from us. So yeah, we're going to come here and we going to feel like we get. And so, Queen, that's what I was saying when I was talking about the taking. I don't know if you heard me say that. I said, I see why they come here to take, because y'all deplete their country of their resources, and then y'all laugh about it. Then y'all say FAFO, and then you think them people not going to want to come here and they take everything for. Especially now we see it. Now back in history, we don't know what happened, but now I'm watching this stuff. I said, well, this is what they thought when they went over to Africa and got Africa. When they went to Guam and conquered Guam, this is what people was doing, and we just had no idea. Now we got the internet. We can see how people actually feel about this. And Meta is happy that he kidnapped Maduro and is taking the oil. She can't think about the long-term ramifications of that. They only live in like instant gratitude, which is really weird to me because there's always a future. You have to, and I think Trump understands the ramifications, but he's a billionaire, trillionaire. Why would he care what happened to America? And this was not clicking in their head. This man got money. This man is trying to build a strip on Gaza, right? He's trying to build and he probably will. He got the money to. They're trying to build a resort strip on Gaza. They say Gaza has the best land for a strip like that. You think once that man tear down America that he's going to be here? He's not going to be here. He doesn't care about America. Meta, can you tell me in the chat, you think Donald Trump cares about America? Do you really, in your mind and your body and your soul, if you have one, do you think any of those things? Do you think that Trump cares about this stuff? Do you honestly sit up here and watch his actions every day? He told you he wasn't for a regime change war, and now he's in a regime change war. He said he was the no wars president, and he's trying to go to war with Greenland that did nothing to us. I can't remember when Biden was the president when we were going at war with Greenland, right? And you can sit up here and take all this stuff and say, but she shouldn't have been sitting in the middle of the street when all this other stuff is going on. Is you blind to it? Where Kelly Ray at? I want Kelly Ray to hit the link. That's who I want to hit the link. Didn't say I was happy about kid. You said, do you not remember what you typed in the chat? You said, yes, he took Maduro and his oil. That's right. You said, yeah, that's right. And that's what you said. Do you not understand when you typing stuff like this and the way you're typing it? Because if it wasn't a cheer session for you, you wouldn't type it in the chat. So you are satisfied with the job that Trump is doing and what he did. You don't see nothing wrong with it, whether if it was morally wrong or illegal. You know it was illegal, even if you don't have no morals, because it don't seem like you do. Even if you don't have them, you want to follow the law, right? Because you keep talking about illegals not following the law. The illegals not following the law by being here, but Trump ain't followed the law what he did too. But you support that. So you support certain laws, but you don't support other ones. You pick and choose the laws that you support, Meta. But we were talking about this lady that was in the row. Why was I? Because you started talking about food stamps. You the one who started talking about food stamps. Ain't nobody else talking about no stories. You started talking about something else. I know that there's other things in the world going on, but this discussion started. We ain't just talking about this discussion. We're talking about what's in your mindset. Everything that you done said in this chat. You talking about the lady being in the road. Then you talk about Mexicans on food stamps. Then you talking about the border. You were talking about all that stuff. I'm going off of what you was talking about. So see, this is why you ain't hitting it. You ain't hitting the link because you don't even remember what you was talking about. You can't even keep up with the conversation that you was having in the chat. But rah, the Mexicans are getting sent over the border. Rah, the lady got shot. She FAFO. You don't remember none of this? You don't. Your right to vote should be taken away from you because you can't even remember what the hell you said 30 minutes ago in the chat. You don't need to vote. Your vote should not be counted because you cannot think. You don't have anything in your brain to think for yourself. You can't come to decisions on your own. You don't need to vote because you're just voting for what somebody told you to. Them video games you playing must have warped your goddamn brain to where you just on auto mode where somebody can program your brain and it spit out your mouth FAFO. The reason why she was blocking the road was because there was a protest to ICE. They didn't want them to deport the illegals. Okay, they got a constitutional right to do that. Man, people, I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, people blocked off the streets all the time. They had block parties, and ain't no federal agents or no cops tell them they couldn't block the street because of the block party. They had block parties in Atlanta where they block off the goddamn street. Ain't nobody get goddamn shot. Ain't nobody get killed. So now we're in such a disarray. We're in such a disarray that these people using their American right to protest. Meta don't think. She don't think outside the box. She just thinks what Pete Hegseth says. Pete Hegseth is not your goddamn savior, girl. Trump is not your savior. Trump is not here to save you. He's not here to save none of us. Y'all ain't figured that out yet. Even I thought he was here to save the white people, and he ain't even here to save the white people. You ain't figured that out from the other day. You ain't figured that out, and you still want to cheer. He not here for you, regardless if you black or white. He not here for you. He's not here for the white people. He's not here for the white man. He's here for his rich millionaire friends because they're in a competition to see who can be richer and have more control. This ain't about you, Meta. This ain't about you. This is about him one-upping his friends. He don't give a fuck about America, Meta. You don't understand this. You didn't answer my question when I asked you. See, she keeps saying it. She effed around, lost her life for illegal immigrants. That's the stuff right there that I don't get. Yeah, I don't get why she lost her life either for protesting, which is her legal right without a gun. She wasn't waving a gun. She had no weapons, no knife, no toothpick, no razor blade, no nothing. So that's why you should be confused why she lost her life. Because she wasn't a threat to nobody. She wasn't a threat to anyone. Her car, we all know how cars work, right? We all know how they work, right? If you're going to drive away, your wheel's going to be turned this way. We all know if you wanted to hit somebody, unless somebody was a total doofus, if they wanted to hit somebody, the wheel would be in the direction of the person. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Meta. I don't know. I just thought that if somebody wanted to hit somebody, the car would be turned. The wheels of the car would be turned towards that person. I would be pretty idiotic if I wanted to hit you and you were standing to the left of me and I turned my wheels right. I would be an idiot, right? If I thought me turning my wheels right was going to hit somebody to the left of me, right? Meta, you can't see that. You keep saying she found out and she lost her life. That's why I say you're gleeful about it. You're gleeful about it. You're using her as an example when the cop should be the example of what not to do at a peaceful protest. So what? She was blocking the road. You get a minor traffic violation for blocking the road. It's not a death sentence, and it's weird that we have to talk to you like this. Meta, you know what? I think people bring certain energy into their lives, and it's the energy that you're bringing into your life. Since you think that it's okay that because somebody blocked the road that they got shot, you got to be careful with the energy that you hold around you, because then you going FAF up, and I'm not going to have no sympathy for you or Kelly Ray. I ain't got no sympathy for her neither way, but I won't have no sympathy for you at all, because people do reports on YouTubers all the time, and you just popping up again. We want to see where you at and what you do. Because when y'all was protesting, when y'all was doing that January 6th, right? If anybody would have did anything to them people, y'all would have been irate about it. Y'all let January 6th go on, and y'all don't have nothing to say about it. But somebody climbing on top of the White House, a historical building, but you're mad because this lady was blocking the street where she lived at. Them ICE people don't live there. That was her street. That's her territory. Misinformation spreading. What? There is no point of order. Yeah, you're right. I'm about to get off here because I gotta leave anyway. And you're absolutely right. And I figured that out about 20 minutes ago with Meta and how Kelly Ray ran. That there's no point of arguing with stupid. It's like talking to a brick wall because she can't say anything else. Why she feel like this is justifiable? Queen just gave you the legal stuff to it. She said he legally had no right to even pull on her car. See, I didn't know that. That's why I told y'all Queen's smart in that area. She know all the legal jargon and all that. I don't know none of that stuff. I just be going off of feelings.
I mean, there is a legal stop. That's why there needs to be an investigation. Because a lot of people are saying, well, he told her to get the fuck out the car, that's a lawful order. It's not a lawful order until you have determined whether or not you have detained her or any of that, and there was no evidence that he detained her or told her that she was under arrest. You just can't walk up to somebody's car and start putting on their damn handle. Somebody get the fuck out of the car. There is nothing legal about that. That within itself is already wrong. Anything that comes after that is going to have that officer held liable, which is why they don't want to hold an investigation. Now, if he had have done his job properly, what could have told her is you are obstructing justice, and we're going to arrest you, or we're going to detain you. If that had happened, totally different situation. What is not good is, yes, we can see that she was turning her wheel, but at the same time, she did bump him with her car. So at that point, there could be.
You said what she did? She did do what?
She turned her wheel. She was trying to get away.
Okay.
But she bumped him with her car. She did hit that man with that car, which at that point makes her car a weapon, and it gives him the perception that his life could possibly be in danger. So he has a justification, maybe for one of those sides. That's why they need to have an investigation so they can look at the trajectory of the weapon, when it was deployed, and all of that. Because it does look like he got out of the way, or he was trying to get out of the way of the car. So at that point, he wouldn't necessarily had a reason to shoot her, because once he was out of the direction of the car, you meet force with force. So if you're not standing in front of the car any longer, like shooting her is crazy. That's why there needs to be an investigation, because there's a lot of stuff that went on. No, she was not entirely right, and neither was he. So I don't know how anybody can sit up here and defend this cop for what he did, because it's not okay. Defending this is basically saying we're okay with federal agents killing American citizens, and I'm not okay with that at all. Like, you are a professional. You should execute yourself as a professional. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh no, she was absolutely correct," and then no, it shouldn't have happened. All of that is very unfortunate, but he should not be walking away scot free. At the very least, he should have some type of negligent charge, because it was very negligent for him to shoot her. Matter of fact, he was already pulling his weapon before she even accelerated the car.
Right.
Then LTD after, he stopped the weapon. That's even more crazy.
Like you said, I don't understand. Yeah, maybe she was wrong for. I mean, like I said, she could have been confused too. Like he telling me to go, he telling me to get out the car. She telling me to go. I'ma just go. I mean, who knows what have been going through her head? And to me, I'm like, did she even see that other cop standing there? I don't even know if she saw him. The other cop was talking to her. I know sometimes when I'm looking at something, somebody be like, "Did you see me do this?" And I'd be like, "No, I ain't even see you." They be like, "I was standing right here," and I'd be like, "No, I was paying attention to this. I didn't even see you." So I can't even sit up here and say she was even paying attention to him. And now she did. We can't even say, "Did you even see him standing there? Was he even in your line of vision?" Like we don't even know this.
Definitely in her line of vision. Like, ain't no way she didn't see him.
I don't know. He seemed like a smaller guy, and that car kind of seemed big. But
he was walking behind her car and standing in front of her car.
Yeah.
She saw him.
Like, why would you do that?
I know she saw him because she turned her wheel. So her turning her wheel is an indication that she wasn't trying to hit him. She was trying to get away. But I see that she said that they were tracking him. It's not illegal to track the police at all. So that doesn't matter. It's not illegal to heckle the police. That doesn't matter either. That comes with being the goddamn police. And if you can't handle it, then perhaps you shouldn't be the motherfucking police. When you are a professional, there is a level of standard that you need to uphold. I don't know why the people that hold guns, we seem to be able to justify them doing dumb shit. If you a scary motherfucker, you do not need to hold those positions. Period. Because why? You can take people's lives. People can't get their life back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And we seem to be okay with these folks being able to just take people's lives, and I'm not okay with
it. So if she was looking right at the cop that was recording her, if she wanted to hit him, the wheels would have been turned in his direction. You don't get that, Meta? Like, if she was looking at him, right? If I want to punch somebody in the face, and they standing right in front of me, I'm not going to punch to the right or the left of me. Like that mean I really ain't want this fight. That mean I really ain't want it if that's what that is. So even and her wife telling her to drive, baby, drive. She didn't say run them over. She said drive. So I watched this white woman's interpretation of the video, and she said that he shot that lady because he was mad that her girlfriend was talking shit. Like her girlfriend was the one that was like rah 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 rah, and the white girl was like, he shot her to get back because he was mad about what the girlfriend was saying, and when he said fucking bitch, she was like, he wasn't talking to the lady that passed away. She was like, he was talking to the girlfriend, and she was like, it was like, how you like that now? You was talking all that shit. Now I got your girl. That's what the white lady said. And I didn't interpret it as that, but I said that was a different point of view, the looking at it. Like, so she even felt like, no, he did that on purpose to get back at the girlfriend. And I don't know, they trying to look at the dude's background, and the lady was a lesbian, and they so against I don't even really think people's really against lesbians. I think they just using that as something that was on her. Because I was like, what that got to do with it? When I first heard it, I thought it was a lie. I'm like, what that got to do with it? Is she a lesbian or not? What that got to do with what he did? And that's what the right do. They always like to throw stuff in there. Oh, Tyler Robinson lives with a transsexual. What that got to do with anything? That's why there don't be no point of talking to them, because they bring up stuff that don't even got nothing to do with it. That don't have nothing to do, but it would have something to do with it if the cop already had a bias towards her. But the girl in the video was like, the girlfriend was emasculating him. And I heard some of the things she said, but like you said, if you're a professional, you should know this job come with people talking shit to you. Like, this job is going to come with people talking shit. The public is not going to be nice to you. With regular city cops, a lot of people cops on shit in New York. If them people wasn't mentally stable for them jobs in New York, people be getting shot every day because New Yorkers talk mad shit to the cops. People in LA talk mad shit to the cops. So you that sensitive that somebody talking shit and you want to get her back by shooting her girl. I mean, I don't know if that was the reason. That's what the white woman interpreted. Those her people. So I think she know better than me. She know her men better than I know her men. And she said that's why he did it. But Meta won't even consider that because she just keeps thinking about her blocking the road. Meta, people have a right to protest. People in other countries, like they protest way different than us. They gonna go to the building, they gonna burn down the buildings. If they government messed up, they burning the whole government down, right? To get them people out the government. Her blocking the street is nothing compared to what these other people in these countries do when their government is like this. This is
her blocking the street don't got nothing to do with the price of tea. China blocking the street does not get you killed.
Right.
Blocking the street get you a damn traffic ticket. Okay, that is all that is. Now, what is going to matter is if he was in imminent danger when he shot in him. That is what is going to matter. That is going to be determined by an investigation. Good morning. And once that investigation happens, then we will be able to see, was she wrong for pulling that car off? Yes. Just because your wife get in the car talking about drive, baby, drive, don't mean you pull off when you know that cop just came to your damn door trying to open. Yes, she's wrong. Do that mean she deserves to die? No, it does not. No, it does not. You do not get to be judge, jury, and executioner because of anything. What's going to matter is whether or not he was in imminent danger at the point that he shot that weapon. From what I have seen, I do see that car hit him, but he was also getting out of the way when the car hit him. Her wheel was also turned away from him. Therefore, there is evidence to show that she was not intending on hitting him. What's going to matter is if he actually felt like or was in danger. That is what matters, and that's what we don't know because we don't have ballistics, we don't have the angles, we don't have none of that. That's what the investigations are for. Everybody sitting up here arguing about this, and the fact of the matter is, this look very unprofessional, and that lady was out of line. There ain't nothing to argue about. What we should be talking about is how the investigation needs to happen, so we can actually know what the full truth is. The only people that know what happened is him and her. Okay.
Right.
One of them is dead, and the other one look like they gonna get they can get off scot free. And I don't feel like that is okay.
Meta said, if somebody hit me with their car, I would be okay with it and just walk away. Meta, let me tell you something, right? See, now in Atlanta, right, we do these things, right, where people stand in a circle, right, and while they standing in a circle, there's a car, right, in the middle, right, and the car is doing donuts, right. Now, if there's some dumbass that decides to walk a little bit more in that circle and get in front of the car and get hit, that's his dumbass fault, right? And I'm gonna let you know, niggas in Atlanta strapped, right? And I done watched plenty of videos of dudes getting hit by cars and nobody came to shoot the police officer. I mean, the person in the car. You know why? Because they stood in front of the car, right? So if you stand in front of a car, right, you should know in your brain, hey, a car can malfunction. Let me tell you something. One time, I was a little kid. I was a little kid. I ain't know no better. I took my dad's car at a park and put it in drive. And I hit this car. My dad was mad. But I was a little kid, though, so he didn't do that to me. I was like 6. I took my dad's car at a park and put it in drive, and the car just drifted down the street. He had got out the car to get something. He was only out the car for like a second, and he came and he ran. He was so mad at me. So I know not to stand in front of no car. That's a lesson. And my dad was like, oh, I'm glad your brother wasn't playing right here. You da-da-da-da-da. Whatever. You don't stand in front of no car because anything can happen. A police officer or an ICE agent or whatever he was. No, if it was a police officer would have known better. But these is untrained, unqualified. agents, white boys that's scared of everything, that you don't stand in front of no car. So if somebody hit me with a car that I was standing in front of, and I know they didn't mean to hit me, what am I being mad for? That's my damn ass fault for standing in front of the car. You know, that's called taking accountability, right? Ain't that what we've been talking about on the internet for years? Accountability. So if my dumb ass is standing in front of somebody's car and they hit me and I'm standing in front of the car and I know they didn't mean to hit me, the fuck I'm gonna be mad at that person for? Now, if they meant to hit me, yeah. But if I know they didn't mean to hit me because my dumb ass is standing in front of the car, I have to take personal accountability. So do you not think the officer needs to take personal accountability for standing in front of her car? A moving vehicle, common sense would tell you not to do that. If you're a grown-ass man, a grown-ass human, you don't stand in front of nobody's running car. If you had the thought of somebody running you over because you're an officer, why stand in front of the car if you think that could happen to you? Well, she's in the car's turned on, she got the gas on, the car probably in drive. I probably shouldn't stand in front of this. If he would have yanked her out the car, if her car was in drive, if he would have yanked her out the car would have drifted. Why stand in front of a operating vehicle? That don't make no sense, Meta. Would you do it better?
That's crazy because he walked around that whole car before he went and stood in front of it. It's crazy as hell. Like, that is insane. Oh, it's his son. Big J, you there? Big J.
He said, Femi, that's not just that part. Okay, wait, where to go? What police have you seen? Oh no, I know, right? Because he was, I don't know, and that's what the white girl was saying in the video. She was saying that this was planned. I mean, I know people with the conspiracies, but she was saying the same thing with Charlie Kirk. It was an inside job. This was an inside job. She said he took out that thing to record. He said somebody was texting on the phone telling him what to do. Now, I don't know that part. I don't know where she came up with that at. But she was like, this was a message that's sent to the American public, and this was planned. Yeah. I don't know if it was planned or not, but it was weird that he was recording it. Like, you took it out and recorded it for somebody sitting in the middle of the street. Like, yeah, I seen them walk around the immigrants' cars like that, but this is a protester. Like, why is you recording her like that?
And he recorded it with his cell phone, which is even more crazy. Like, why the fuck is your cell phone out? All of this shit is weird. I don't know how anybody is okay with this. I'm not okay with this at all. And then the black dude that got shot on New Year's Eve by the ICE agent. Like, why the hell is you shooting?
Right. We just heard that too. That off-duty ICE. But this is because the president has immunity. Mm-hmm. He's giving them basically immunity, saying they can do whatever they want. They're saying that they're allowed to racially profile. And for Meta, for her, and she's a black woman, for her to be okay with them racially profiling is wild to me. But since the leader of the free world is a tyrant, they're going to be tyrants. And the leader of the free world let them know, hey, you can do anything to anybody and there's no consequences. We're learning. We're going to see really how these people really are with no consequences. And what they say a couple years ago, they said it was going to be a purge. This is purge behavior to me, to tell people you can racial profile and you have absolute immunity. That's insane that America's even going for that.
I mean, they shouldn't have absolute immunity. But again, these people are not properly trained either. Like, they hiring border patrol and ICE agents and giving them bonuses to do it. So you know they're not training them properly. Right. Because you see somebody, you are ICE agent, you ain't got no business shooting somebody with a damn firearm. That is not your jurisdiction. They have jurisdiction in federal places, federal roadways, not the regular roadways. That is for the city police. Like, this is crazy. And I don't understand how people are okay with this. Whether you feel like that lady was absolutely out of line, at the end of the day, she still was an American citizen that had rights.
Like, this person said, he was dragged. Okay, so I heard that he was dragged, and guess what? I don't care, because when we was talking about the boy that Carmelo Anthony, and they was like, I said he was probably scared because of another incident they had. When I was on a panel arguing about that on TikTok, they told me I can't use that. So I don't care if he was scared because somebody else is. So if you're scared because somebody dragged you in front of with a car before, your dumb ass shouldn't have been standing in front of the car. So you
And
need to
not
take
only
personal
that,
accountability.
And not only that, he shouldn't have been hired because obviously he had post-traumatic stress disorder, some type of symptoms or behaviors, right? But if they were trained, if they had a psychological evaluation, then somebody might have picked up on that. That's what I shared with a couple of ignorant people on my TikTok live. And also a brother, a Caucasian boy, tried to say that she deserved this because she allowed her child to be harmed with cigarette burns. These are the types of responses that I was getting on my live, and it was disheartening. It was disheartening because a person had lost their life for no reason. This woman, another woman came up. She's from Minneapolis, and she basically shared what was taking place, that they weren't actually protesting. They lived in that area. They were dropping off the kids or something to that effect. And the woman was also given 2 different directives. And like I shared with the white people that kept coming on my stage, my thing is this: police officers give people different directives or commands. One will tell them to put their hands behind the back. Another will tell them to put their hands over their heads. Another person would tell them to get down on your knees. It's like you're playing Simon Says. So when you have a gun or whatever pointed at you, it's a fight or flight. And that's a natural human behavior. It's a response. And like I told them, and they didn't like it, but it's the case. That white woman probably wasn't used to any type of aggression towards her because she's been covered by her whiteness. So she probably was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I just don't know. And somebody's telling her leave, the other person is telling her drive off. And then another person comes in her face with a gun. And what would she do? What would any of us do? And this meta person, I feel for you because you're talking about F around and find out when these countries like China and a Russia and a Korea and all these people come together, we're about to. I'm going to hope that you're around because we effed around and we're about to find out. The same things that we have been doing to other countries and other cultures forever, it's coming back to bite us in the ass. It's not an if, it's a when. And I wonder if you will have that same type of mindset when your laws, when your rights are being taken away. Because if they do it to her, then you're right around the corner. And it's sad that you don't get that or have that type of empathy. It's a human life, for God's sake. It's a human life. Do I excuse all racial happening? No. But Meta, with all due respect to you, that gives me the indication that you have no soul, that you have no empathy, no compassion. And if something like that happened to your auntie or your cousin or your friend or whomever, I'm hoping that you will want someone to have that type of, if there by the grace of God could be me. And I land my plane. Hello, everyone. But I was listening and I'm just hearing what Femi and this person is, they're coming. It's like she shouldn't have to bring some type of moral compass to this meta person. But it seems like with situations like this happen, you all, it lets us know that everybody's not like us. Everybody's not compassionate like us. And I land my plane.
It's just interesting to me how they keep saying that there was a previous incident that happened with the officer, as if there's some type of justification for what he did to this woman. And if that's the case, he shouldn't have been in the field. Period. Like that is a danger. You know, he shouldn't have been in the field. So somebody needs to be held accountable for that. For him even being out there. Like, I can understand that something like that happens to you, but until you are mentally fit to be out there, you shouldn't be out there. If somebody was not doing their job, either way it goes, this does not meet the standard of professionalism, and it should be investigated. And somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody lost their life. They lost their life. Now, as far as them bringing the kids and stuff into it, I don't think they should have done it. I don't think that's a good idea. Because the lady didn't have a kid. So people is going to drag her for that. So they should have just left that part out. But the fact of the matter is, this was not professional. There was no lawful stop. There was no lawful order given, and then this lady died because of it. It's not okay.
And Queen, not only that, the known when Christy Known she tries to say that the woman was a domestic terrorist and she weaponized her car. I'm glad you mentioned that because a couple people came up on the panel and they had very valid points. And one of the women, she was like a nurse practitioner or whatever, so she was very scientific about her thing, which I applaud. But she was speaking of how the traction of the tire of her vehicle, it wasn't that she was trying to hit him. The way that the snow was, the traction with her tire, she was literally trying to leave. And one of the or I'm not going to say officers, but one of the ICE people, when he got out, he wasn't aggressive. Nothing really escalated until the one that actually did it began to come out in an aggressive manner. Like if people, it matter you too. If you take the time to really look at the video, you will see if anybody's life was in danger, it was this woman. When anybody, especially, and I don't know if you're, of the melanated persuasion, but I can attest for us, I could say 85% of us will agree with what I'm about to say. If we're even in our car have not had any kind of driving tickets, any kind of traffic violations, any kind of crime, because it's so heightened in our environment that they pick us off like sport, there is an anxiety that comes when we see that police officer coming out of the car, and it rises, Meta, when they go towards their holster, which that gentleman, well, he's not a gentleman, which that man-child, that emotional man-child was doing. He was coming towards her aggressively. And it's literally a fight or flight type of situation. Now, I guess she thought, because of her whiteness, and I'm not dogging her, but I'm simply saying she has not been exposed to that type of aggression the way that people of color have. So she doesn't really she might not have known how to cope the way we have had to, which is to adjust to what that white man is telling us to do so that we can live to go home to see our family. She probably has not been exposed to that type of imminent danger. And she probably did kind of chuckle at what is going on. Kind of like if you're at a funeral and somebody starts laughing. Of course, they're not laughing that somebody's dying. Sometimes people cope like that. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying people were uniquely, wonderfully made. And and Meta, this may not change anything about your mindset about anything, including this woman. But I just would love for you to just hear another perspective that could have taken place behind the scenes, behind her brain, behind his brain. All of these things took place at this time where, respectfully, no one's taken into consideration how incompetent he is. The fact that he is the professional. He's supposed to be trained to de-escalate what?
So something happened to her mic. What happened to her mic?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Go ahead.
Thank you, BJ. Thank you, BJX. I appreciate it. Thank you, BJ. But I'm going to land my plane by simply saying to you, Meta, certain things happen behind the scenes that you may not be aware of. And I would encourage you, I would implore you to, I guess, have more empathy and look at different perspectives. It's not just what people are telling you, because that's what happened over in Germany when people were just kind of telling the regular people this is what's going on, and it turned out all of that to be a lie. That's what we're having right now. They're called ICE here. They were called a Gestapo over there. So what you're seeing is just Hitler in the making. And Trump has always said that how much he admired Hitler. He was a dictator. He's often said how much he admires Putin, who's a dictator. Xi Jinping, the dude from Korea. There's a pattern here with respect that we're not paying attention to, especially if you're white. So I just land my plate on that. And thank you all again for BJ. Thank you for this platform that we can discuss this, because we have to. This is us. This is America.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, you made some good points, and you right. I don't know if this is going to get through to Meta at all, but I hope that she would at least, like how you have to be open-minded if you're, I mean, an adult. You should at least consider some of the things we're saying instead of being just so stronghold on her blocking the street. Okay, we get it. She blocked the street. She was wrong. It deserved a ticket. You know what I'm saying? You got to get off that at some point. And like she just said, there's things that happen with the cameras off that we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. I feel like, I don't know, it's very odd to me that this man's girlfriend is a non-white woman, and then he had so much aggression towards this white woman. So you even got to think about like him as a human being and what biases he has and whatever he has in him, to not just think about this was totally like work related. But if he did, I don't know if he really got in an accident before. I don't know if that's verified that somebody dragged him. But if he was dragged before, there's something mentally wrong with him just to stand in front of a vehicle like that if you was dragged before. And you're right, somebody has to take accountability for putting them back on the street. But I don't think they will. I think they need people. Christy Nome is now calling. They're trying to recruit more people to these agencies, which would be more unqualified people, because if they had qualified people, they would be there. So they're going to hire more, like we just said, there's 80,000 jobs lost in America. It's very odd to me when I see Mexican ICE agents and Asian ICE agents. I've seen more Mexican and Asian ICE agents than I have seen Black ICE agents. So I don't know, like people need so much money.
It's because Trump, this is Project 2025. He need people that's loyal to him. How else not be loyal to keep from getting your ass supported? You doing ICE to go round people up.
And I was like, yo, that'll be messed up if he used these Mexican and Asian ICE agents as soon as he done with them goddamn deport on. They gonna be mad. I would not trust Trump. I really want to know, have they received a paycheck? Have they received, they were advertising a $20,000 bonus? Because I personally think that they're not going to get paid. I understand that they want to increase the budget. I don't know where all this money's coming from. We haven't fixed the roads. We haven't got people to work on the farms, but we are trying to increase the budget of the military so we can get more people against our own people, because they want to send more people out there. I'm not understanding none of that, but I think that America, I seen somebody write in the comments, they was like, America's over. And I think with people like Kelly Ray and Meta around, it leads me to believe America's over, because we have somebody that has no morality, that's the leader. And that's why I said I don't want to hear nobody talk about Black fatigue. Don't talk about Black people. Don't talk about Black men, because the leader of the free world, this white man, is bringing disruption to the world. It's not even just to us at this point. Other people don't know how to put it on a market, or don't know who to employ, or should they go through with their business plans this year because our president has the mindset of a child. They said we are not going to go and to get the oil, because they said a tweet could change the whole trajectory of what they're doing. What one thing that this man says, and they don't want to invest all that money for nothing. This man is crumbling America, and Meta and Kelly Ray are stuck on somebody being in the street. America, we're losing rights. We're losing historical artifacts. They're taking black people's names, black soldiers' names off of monuments. All this is happening, and Meta's concerned with somebody being in the street. This is classic when they talk about distractions, and I don't understand. Like, we could be just I could talk about this all I want, but I know that them Epstein files still need to come out. I know that man is a criminal. I know that there's a file that said that he was there when they threw a baby off a yacht, and everybody's ignoring that. Don't nobody have no questions about that. We question a lady that live in the neighborhood on her street. Now y'all saying that she wasn't even protesting, like she was like going home. Like, y'all thinking about that when there's a file in the Epstein files that said he threw a baby off a yacht and the baby was probably his baby? I think there's more important things about this man that we need to worry about. Y'all, to me, he is very good at distractions because he's a con man, and he has everybody distracted off of the stuff that we just found out. And Meta seems not to be concerned with the Epstein files. And it seems like Meta and Kelly Ray are those type of women that are against women, because this man has done horrific things to women, and y'all are not concerned. And now this woman just lost her life, and y'all have no concern with this woman's life.
You know, Femi, you've mentioned Kelly Ray a couple of times, and I'm going to be honest with you. The only Kelly Ray that I think I remember was the one that was on this, I think this channel, like a moderator or something. Might have been a couple of years ago. But are you referring to that the same Kelly Ray?
Yeah.
Wait a minute now. I thought, and forgive me, because I mean, you know, I'm a little older now, so I thought she was the one that was apparently she wasn't married to a black man or something, a boyfriend.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, so let me ask you, because I didn't hear what her stance on. Because I guess I came to your panel late. Can you share with me what her stance on this is?
Wait, let me go up to the very beginning, because I went in on her ass on her community tab earlier this morning, right? And I went smooth the fuck off on her. Let me see what she say. Let me go all the way to the beginning.
Why you looking for that? I didn't know that about her. I just seen her talking shit in her. It's been the past couple of weeks. Her like community, I mean her wall post been coming up in my thread, and I see how she be talking slick in the mega stuff. So I've been saying shit to her in our comments, and she will never say nothing to me. And then when I seen he was live, she was all in the chat FAFO, and she was blocking the ICE agents, and he so all I know about her is that she's MAGA and she supports MAGA, and I don't like what she was saying. But I didn't even know, I came in late, I didn't even know Big J ate her up on her post today.
So yeah, Kelly and her husband approached Trump. They MAGA people. So that's it.
And I guess I was kind of stumped. I'm going to be honest with you. When I hear that type of scenario, it's really unfortunate, because as opposed to being an ally, she's more detrimental, and it makes me kind of side eye the boyfriend. Like, where is his, where does kind of he stand in this? Will she protect him when the shit hit the fan? If there is a thing called martial law and people get rounded up, like, where's her loyalty going to be? And I'm not judging. It's just the behaviors kind of are a contradiction, if you will. So that's why I want to make sure, for me, because I'm into 4 agreements, to not assume that.
I'm assuming. I ain't even go. We know where her loyalty is gonna be. I don't even think that has to be a question. You ain't gotta assume, but I'm assuming. I've been studying these people for a long time. I mean, white people, not MAGA specifically. They're gonna go where they know they can survive. She will, if she has a black boyfriend, she will kick him all the way to the curb. And they have been talking about this themselves. They have been talking about it like they want to go back, back in the day where you can't marry a person of a different race than you. This is something that they're actively talking about, and they have been having these discussions on TikTok. But I don't care what none of them say. They're gonna go on the way of survival.
And
disappointing to me. It's disappointing. I just for the brother. Like I mean, I'm curious. Like, how can you sleep with somebody who is that's right beside you that does not like you? Like people that look like you. That's some self-hate. I'm gonna land my plane. That's just some self-hate in sound like. That's all.
he on the same type of time, so it's not like it's anything unusual. He on that same type of time. Okay, so he don't find nothing wrong with her opinion. She don't find nothing wrong with his opinion.
What you mean? He didn't see what happened to Brandon Tatum? What you mean? He on the same type, but he don't get it?
No. What? Do you think all the rest of the black maggots just decided that they was gonna stop being maggots because something happened to Brandon? Yeah, they don't care. They're all special. It's not them. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's whatever the hell it is. My thing about it is them people can be whatever they want to. There will be life after Trump. Okay? I don't believe America is gone unless we get to the point where we don't have fair and free elections. Okay? So far, that hasn't been the case. So as long as we can have an election, I'm pretty sure, because what has been traditional for the United States is things turn blue after red people come and destroy this damn country. So things should go back blue, and when things go blue, things should change. I think a lot of these people gonna end up going to jail because they've done a lot of illegal and criminal shit. Unfortunately, they silly enough to sit up here and believe that they're going to be immune from this shit. Trump knows exactly what he's doing. Everybody around him goes to jail, not him. He makes sure he don't go to jail, but everybody else goes to jail. These people are going to jail for the shit that they're doing.
But
So,
I'm waiting for toss to Gabbard to crack. I believe she will be the first one to crack. And I believe that the white women over there, they're gonna be the last one.
The last one's the what?
I think Nome's gonna crack first. I think Nome's gonna crack. She look at did you
yeah, she look like she wanna
did
cry.
Nome see that interview that she did with Jake Tapper?
She's like, no, but we and like, girl, you about to cry. You just need to get out of here before you cry on TV.
But Keyshawn, have you watched that last live stream I did? Not the last live, the ones I did last week where I talk about everybody else has a military base to go to because they couldn't stay at home.
No,
except for Tulsi. Tulsi Gabbard was not given a place to hide at. Everybody else had to go to a military base around Washington D.C. Chrissy Nome is staying at the Coast Guard commander's house. Pete Kevs had to go somewhere in Virginia at a military base. He can't come home. None of them can go home.
What makes them so sure that the military won't turn on them when they're at the military base?
So, I don't know about that part, but the thing is, Tulsi Gabbard is the only one that they said we can't find room for you. You have to stay where you at. You have to stay at that hotel you at.
Stop playing. Are you serious right now?
No, I'm not serious, man. I actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to circle the block on that. I'm gonna circle the block on that and talk about that again.
Please.
And then, right.
Can I ask you? Let me ask you. Why do you think that they're singling her out? Because you're good at this kind of stuff. I'm always curious.
Because she's not white. She's not white.
Was she Jewish?
I mean, but what about Cash Patel and that other dude?
Cash Patel, he's on his way out. Yeah. Cash is on his way out. Right. Yeah. What's his name? The Mexican dude, the Hispanic dude who is the FBI assistant. the assistant to the FBI, he's on his way out.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They found Renee making fun of Charlie, and yes, so I saw the going in on her over Charlie Kirk. They going on her right now. I saw that on Facebook. I said, oof, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now,
go ahead.
Now on the Tulsi Gabbard thing,
Mm.
is she wasn't invited when they invaded Venezuela. They cut her out of the loop. She's supposed to be a member of the National Security Council. If you're supposed to be invading the country or going to war or whatever, the head of central, what's it called, the head of natural, hold on, who's this? They're supposed to, she's supposed to be there. They cut her out of the loop. She wasn't even invited.
Why do you think that is, BJ? Because she actually has some military background and she would oppose it, or why do you think they?
She had always had been opposing regime change and we invading other countries without provocation and all that, right? And then notice though she wasn't even there. She wasn't even where they all went down to Florida and hashed out that plan. Trump, when Trump did all that press conference, he was not in Washington D.C. Him, Marco Rubio and them, Pete Hegseth, they was in Mar-a-Lago. They was not in Washington D.C. when they caught Maduro. They was sitting down there in Florida, while her ass was up there in Washington D.C. by herself, clueless. She wasn't even invited. She wasn't even aware that they was doing this. So now take that part and look at the parts where, okay, Noam can stay at this military base. Everybody else can stay at these military bases or these underground bunkers and stuff. Oh, full circle said she was in Hawaii. Okay, yeah. You're right. She is from Hawaii, so she's in her home state. So she wasn't even aware what this was going on. So my thing is, if they cut her out of the loop, and then though they couldn't find her, quote unquote, right, find her a place to stay, they could have stuck her over there at Camp David. They could have stuck her anywhere else. There's so many military bases between here in Washington that they could have hired her ass in.
Do you think it is based on the? I should assume. What is her nationality? Because I've never really.
Polynesian.
No, she didn't. She never. I never felt Caucasian persuasion with her. So, do you think? I'm just asking. Do you think that might have also had something to do with her kind of staying deliberately being out of certain loops?
Yeah, because she's not a Caucasian woman. And she's not Caucasian. I think that's part of the reason why she's not, she's not being kept in the loop because it's gang, so she's just there as the token, the token Polynesian woman, or the token of not Polynesian. What is the Jason Momoas? She's the same race as Jason Momoas and the Rocks. That she one of those types, the island people.
No, like what do they call it? Island Pacificas or something like that?
Yeah.
Islanders? Okay. And let me ask you this, and then I'm gonna give it back to everybody because I don't want to be about me and me just probing Big J's head. But my bad, y'all. Because I'm always curious, especially with him, because he's really into the politics. So let me ask you this: with the fact that even white women, Big J, are basically blaming this white woman for her demise, what does that say to kind of the state of affairs with our white American society in your opinion? Because midterms are coming up soon. Do you think that this is going to somehow affect how white women vote, and in particular that demographic votes in midterms or not?
Um, I think in some areas white women are going to vote against the Trump administration. They're going to correct course.
What about women
You
like
know,
Kelly Ray?
no, not someone like Kelly Ray. No. I think those who are women who are more in the suburb areas, they'll be voting the other way. This year election. You know that's how I see it. You know, if you
When you
ask
say
me.
the other way, do you mean more towards the blue? Is that what you're
Yeah,
referring?
right. Towards the blue. Yeah. Yeah. No, Texas, no. The South, no. But like that Midwest, yes. Yeah, that Midwest, yeah. Your white women in the Midwest, they'll course correct and go to the, you know, you know.
So, Big J, I don't know if you know, but somebody close to Trump brought the election machines, right? And he said
Mm-hmm.
brought them to like cut down on fraud, right? So, as unpopular as Trump is, if somehow, because I mean, I keep hearing that he's going to run for a third term or he's going to get JD to do it. They're very unpopular. If they do run in the Republicans win, will we would know it's fraud, right? Like, how would we rectify that situation without it taking years? Because we know that he's grossly unpopular. He's already lost the. I understand he thought that we would never have to vote again, and that's why he was so easily to like get rid of these Mexicans that were like a great amount of his vote. So we know as in America that he would not really win. I don't think he really won this time because Elon said he wouldn't have won without me. And I feel like, well, why wasn't there no investigation into that when Elon said that? Obviously, that means that something was rigged, and we didn't even look into that.
I don't. How am I gonna say it? I don't.
While
I
you're
feel like
thinking,
he's not even the rightful president. I feel like Elon saying that
I
there
think
should have been some more investigation.
but I think that Eric Trump is going to run.
Who?
The second son
No.
of Trump. I think. Oh, I
Nobody care
see it.
about
I
him.
see.
He can run all he wants to. He's not gonna be elected.
You don't think he's
After
blue?
all these things Trump has done, he's not gonna. No,
Well, listen, I
no.
was listening to these white people, right? Like I told you, I'll be over there. So they said they had a lineup. They said that the lineup was going to be J.D. Vance, then Charlie Kirk, and then Trump's son. But they said since Charlie Kirk gone, they trying to scramble to find another person, but they probably won't have to put Trump's son in that place. And I'm like, how are they planning all this when don't nobody want them? Y'all got a whole plan. And I know it's
No.
probably Project 2025. I
Look,
don't know nothing about it. I know some
the
things about it, but not everything. But how are they putting these plans in place where we don't want y'all? So how are y'all planning this?
the empty barrel makes the loudest sound. The people that is sitting up here doing this are they not the bulk of the population. They are a minority. They just loud as hell.
I hope they not the I mean they are being very very loud because I don't think that they will win midterms at all. He's grossly unpopular. I mean, now you had people from Greenland making TikToks telling him we don't want to be a part of America. Leave us alone. I'm like, damn, the Greenland people making TikToks now. And I'm like, nobody even wants this guy around the world. And that's another thing that I'm not understanding. Like Big J said, I be watching other countries, and other countries looking at America like, why is y'all letting this go on? Like when we had a dictator in power, we rioted until they got out. They all got out of office, and a lot of that information don't get shown in America because they don't want us to see. But I'm surprised. Why is we allowing it? So if he invades Greenland, then NATO is going, they're going to come together and get us. Why are y'all allowing this to even be a thought in the world in 2026? It's the beginning of the year. I understand that people say that we got to do it the legal way and wait, but I just feel like he's a tyrant and he don't care. Y'all need to arrest him before he destroys the world. He want to go to war with everybody. Is he see now? People keep saying that he got dementia. I don't believe he got dementia at all.
Oh, and I'm a qualified mental health professional, right? I'm not even trying to be funny, Femi. I saw this a couple years. Actually, there were some signs with him his first term, but people weren't paying attention. Just like with Sleepy Creepy, he shouldn't have even the demon rat shouldn't have even brought him in there to disappoint their fan base, their Democratic fan base. That was the setup to begin with. The same thing with Crumpleton. He was definitely seeing. I saw something in his cognitive decline the first term. This term, every time when he speaks, you can tell not only does he lose his train of thought, he sometimes get caught in one thought and he repeats it and repeats it and repeats it because when you have dementia, sometimes, as you know, you're stuck in kind of a time frame or a certain thing that happens, and sometimes they get fixed on. It's like if he was a little younger or whatever, kind of like the behavior of an obsessive compulsive type of mindset. If you have one thought and that's kind of your whole thought process, that's what you kind of drill home, and that's like your Linus blanket. You go back to it. And if you think about his behavior, when he's caught with a question that he doesn't really answer, not only does he deflect, he literally goes back in time, and he gets more confident in that time that he's talking about, even though that has absolutely nothing to do with the question at hand. And I'm not just because he hasn't, I haven't been able to psychologically evaluate him. I'm not saying that, but a lot of that frontal dementia type of deal, he does have some symptoms. And what's sad though, Femi, is that he's such an entertainer that in America, we are so we're very immature, and we're very have that instant gratification, kind of microwavable, and we're very very ADHD, if you will. So we get distracted easily. So we don't pay attention to the fact that some of these patterns that he's had, even from a cognitive perspective, he's been having them. It was just, and the more stress he's under, the more we see him go off on these tangents. And to be quite honest with y'all, I believe that the Teals and the Stephen Millers and those types of people, they are setting him up to become impeached. And if once this midterm happens in 2026 and they lose, of course he's gonna increase these tangents, and that's going to be more of a reason for everybody to invoke the 25th Amendment, and that means J.D. Vance is our president and Mike Johnson is our vice president. If anything that should concern us is that, even though that could be the scenario, they're actually worse. In my humble opinion, and based on their behaviors, they're actually worse than Trump. With Trump, he is blatant with his, I'm not going to say his dumbness, because he doesn't care. He's a transactional person. It's about him making money. But with those two in the back that I mentioned, they really want to go back before Jim Crow. They literally want to go back before slavery. Like, yeah. And we should be concerned. When I think of those two, we should think of The Handmaid's Tale. That's real. Like that show on Netflix years ago. It's real. They've been putting this in motion since the, I want to say 80s or so, back to Reaganomics. But I land my plane, Femi. I'm just saying that, I don't know.
But you're right. You're right about Amendment 25. I've been saying it. They need to go after Amendment 25. Use Amendment 25 because I know if y'all do this impeachment, he's gonna get away with it. Just do Amendment 25. It's cleaner. He won't be president for 90 days. It's renewed for 90 days.
I thought one of those amendments was able to remove the whole regime and not just to remove all of them. Which one was
No,
that?
if only, Femi. It only goes towards the president the way it's written. Girl, that would be lovely.
You're right.
I think I could be wrong with BJ. Big J, you correct me on this. It's one of those that if the entire cabinet that went out and each individual person of that cabinet go and line some people up and then yes, you know what I'm saying, maybe so. But because it has to be all blatant like that, you know what I'm saying. But according to how it's written, it is basically for the president himself or herself.
But my question is, why do we have to play by the rules when he not? I don't understand why he not playing by the rules. So why can't we just say no? We how you didn't care about the Constitution, we won't care either. All of y'all's gone. America don't want this. The world don't want this. And I don't know if the Democrats is not being strong enough or whoever. To me, there's a lot of weakness in America that I see that. Because I be talking to my homegirl, I'm like, these other white boys letting this go on, these corporations letting this go on, they losing money and they just not saying nothing. These people got kids that still got to live in America for generations. They not putting a stop to this.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody bucking up. They don't want me in charge because I would have been bucked up. No, get the hell out of here. We don't want you here.
That's the kind of, you know what, and I'm gonna let you go. But exactly, and that's what I've been saying about these Democrats and saying to the supporters, you all deserve better than what they have given you for the last 15 or 20 years. They have been spineless, they have been weak, they have let these repugnants just run over them and directly run over you. And when will you, as a supporter, say, you know what, enough is a damn enough. If you're not going to stand up for me and my American citizen rights, then get the hell out of this office. Listen, the Democratic supporters have been so ride or die for them since forever. But even after 2000, it was like a wake up call to me with the whole Al Gore and Bush recount, where not one senator stood up for a recount. And even Gore himself said, listen, we all need to get together and just basically let him have it. That was bullshit to me then, and it's bullshit to me now. And it seems as if the Democratic Party are just saying, here's America, have it. We're going to slap you on the wrist and write a bad letter and kneel with some kente cloth to say we're in solidarity. Okay, what we having for dinner, or what we having for lunch, or where we going for lunch? That's kind of been the behavior of this party. And this party has had so much ammo that the repugnants have given them, and yet they're not doing anything about it, which makes me think they're just as corrupt. They're just quiet with theirs. The repugnants are just blatant with theirs. They're too dumb to hide behind the scenes with it. I don't know. What do you think, Big J and Femi and Son?
Yeah. They are part of it because they're looking at it from, okay, well, I think on the Democratic side, I think they need Trump to save some of their own careers, because it's kind of like the whole idea of there is no nobody get paid. Having a solution is not profitable. So having a problem is profitable. Chuck Schumer can stick around because Donald Trump makes him profitable. I'm using as an example. It's profitable not to have a problem. So that's why on the Democrat side, right. Full circles, right. The Joker needs Batman, and Batman needs Joker. Joker. The Joker ain't Joker without no Batman. Is what Full Circle's saying. You need a somebody who's the bad guy, quote unquote, to make money off of. So yeah, on the Democrat side, they are corrupt. as well.
To me, this is just such a white man's mentality that we gotta live in. Yo, people just want to live and be happy. We don't want to play no goddamn games. People just said we want healthcare, we want grocery prices to go down. We're not in no goddamn video game sequence that these billionaires is in. This is a video game to them. We're just the people in the goddamn video game while they're trying to conquer the goddamn world. And I will hope, because where's the hope at if both parties are corrupt? And this is why I say America and Americans is very weak-minded, because we should already be trying to get something else. If I see that the Republicans is doing all this stuff, and I see regardless if the Democrats is corrupt or not, to me they're weak people. Y'all don't know how to use social media to your advantage. Y'all don't know how to get into people's minds to get them on your side. Y'all not, to me, the Democrats ain't doing nothing. But as Americans, we not doing nothing either, because we see both of these people, both these groups of people is not for us, and we not really doing nothing. Yeah, they can get out on the street and march, but there are people that have advantages, powers, skills that and voices that can move us past it, and nobody's doing nothing. We're all just sitting here doing nothing.
And Femi, I'm gonna piggyback on you, because I have been a lot, on my content forever. I want to say since 2015, 16, probably earlier than that. I have been encouraging people of color to regalvanize and restructure and reconstruct our own, so that we can have our own third party, the minorities and others determined to have a fair and equal society. And yet we still feel the need to feed these two parties that don't care for Black people to begin with. They never have, right? And until it's election time. And then they come and pander to us. And then once they get the vote, they go back to their own little worlds and do what they do behind closed doors. And people of color don't really hold them accountable. So I look at us too with side eye. Because rather than us taking our time, our talent, our energy, our spirituality, our melanin power, and coming together within ourselves and literally bringing our own people to the table, kind of like the Tea Party did some years ago. How do we see, where did AOC come from, and those kinds of cats? They came out of somewhere. Some people decided enough is enough. The Democrats aren't doing what they're supposed to do. We can't stand the repugnance. So let's try to do something else. Let's be more progressive. AOC, what's her name? Ilhan Omar, and a couple of those other women just came out of nowhere. And it wasn't nowhere. It was a grassroots effort. And instead of us doing that, Femi, we would rather give our money, our time, and our propaganda to the lesser two evils. Like, when will it come a time where we as a people decide neither one of those groups are good for us? Let's do our own. Or is that too much to ask? I mean, I feel like when I ask that question, people that look like me on the other side of that, I feel like they're thinking I have 8 heads by thinking out of the box like that. But what other choice do we have?
We don't have, the only other choice we got is we conquer some goddamn land.
That's right.
We conquer some goddamn land and tell them to stay the hell out of here. Just the hell alone. It ain't nobody trying to conquer no land. I would though.
And we got land here. I mean, we got land here. That if, like, and again, when I get this lottery money or whatever this money is coming, I'm gonna show y'all, because there's land here that's uninhabited, and it's going dirt cheap. Some of these same projects in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, all these places that they claim that has so much crime and this, that, and the third. My goal, my vision is to literally take them from the hoods, and we grow our own communities. And with that, we have our Africation, where it's really not just about how we're going to survive. It's kind of our history, who we were before there was a pause in our story.
Well, somebody.
My bad, Big J. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta run out the door. But I want to say, hey, Meta, you see what she just said? See how when you're not thinking about migrants and food stamps, how your brain could think about all the things that she said about creating something for Meta. You can't think like that because your brain, because you're controlled. But it was great talking to y'all. I really gotta go. I might be in the chat, but thank you, Big J, and I'll talk to y'all later.
All right then. Now, Keisha, I think Queen might know what I'm talking about. Queen knows what I'm talking about. Somebody tried to take over a county in Texas and make it to an all-black county, and what's that county? Way out there in West Texas.
Hold on, Malcolm Tanner is not the one. If that's who you,
yeah. I'm talking about Malcolm Tanner. Yeah, I'll talk about Malcolm.
I know you are. I just felt that's in my spirit. I said, let me let Big J know, because I actually was hyped on him, Big J. When he first came out, I was like, oh my God, brother, he is a grifter. I went into the clubhouse a couple of times and whatnot, and he is a grifter. Do you know that basically he has those people peeing out in outhouses? And
yeah, I know.
So let's I'm listening, Big J.
And my thing about him, right? Malcolm Tanner, right? I'm looking at that county. Right? And I'm like, first of all, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of a desert. And then you got no indoor plumbing. There is no water source. The county is so small. The county only had 400 people in it. That's how small the county is. And then there is no major roads. There's no major highway system going in and out of it. All it is just, is right by New Mexico. And there's no national resource for people to live off of. So how you gonna maintain a society, a sustainable society, when there's no resources, there's no water, ain't no water over there either. And then you expect people to come out over there?
And they are. And some of them even left their families, their children. Some of them took their children with them. Listen, there is some women, people, but 2 women in particular that I actually follow them on TikTok as well. And they were a part of this group. And I love the fact that they are basically saying, don't fall for the okie doke like we do. And that's pretty much what their platform is about. And they are able to share kind of his history of being an abuser to his wife and being a negligent father to, I think, 10 to 12 kids. It's a lot going on with Malcolm Tanner. And when you were describing this, Big J, I thought of David Koresh with Waco, Texas. When you were describing that, that's what he is, but the black version.
Right.
And David Koresh seemed, with his delusion, seemed to be one that believed that he truly was a messenger of God. Malcolm Tanner is a grifting wannabe narcissist who knows he's not from God, but he wants to get all the money he can and listen and have a harem. When I tell you behind the scenes, Big J and the rest of you all, he is. Listen,
we gotta talk about that for another time, because that we gotta circle a block on that one. Because I've been listening to news reports about that, and I'm sitting there like, I was like, you gotta be insane. This is stupid. But anyway, let me play this video right here. Let me play this video right here, because we got to circle a block on Michael Tanner. Sometime later on. Let me play this real quick.
He has taken step after step to harm the people that I serve and that I represent. Denying disaster assistance for folks in Rio Blanco County, down south in La Plata County. Freezing childcare assistance, food assistance for hungry families across our state. Trying to dismantle a scientific institution in my district. and now denying access to clean water to 50,000 people in southeastern Colorado. It is unconscionable. It is important in this moment for members to support this override and ensure that this promise that was made to the people of southeastern Colorado is not impaired, it's not abrogated by the president's retaliation against the state of Colorado. We cannot let that become the new normal. And I will say to all of my colleagues, as you consider where you land on this particular vote, let me be abundantly clear. It does not matter if your community supported Donald Trump politically. If we don't take this step, trust me, no town is safe. No county is safe. No state is safe from political retaliation by the administration. We are here.
Okay, now, I'm gonna talk about this, right? Let me talk about this. She must have left. She left. I'm gonna talk about this because this is also part of the issue, right? Because there are some counties in some states that does not lend support to a foreign country in the Middle East. He does not. He denies support to certain government funds. And if you didn't back him for re-election, you don't deserve certain government funds. So,
you talking about
for him? Yeah, Trump. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean that because like the whole thing, like I'm gonna use San Marcos, right? San Marcos says we're not going to be dealing with Israel, right? So the government refused to give San Marcos, Texas, which is where Texas State is at. They are denied funds from certain funds from the state and federal government. There's I think there's somewhere you remember where that hurricane hit in North Carolina. Some of those counties are denied funds because some of those counties did not support that. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like what he doing is fucked up.
Oh, hold on.
It's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay. Yeah. And yeah. See, he should be impeached over that. And what this congressman is saying is actually correct. He should be impeached on that. So
he should. But he's not gonna be impeached.
Because I think impeaching him is not going to be I don't think that's an option. I think that Amendment 20, that Amendment 25, go ahead, just roll out that Amendment 25. So at least y'all, instead of at least you slow him down with it. In my opinion, yeah. And what Pierce said, yeah, it is extortion.
Good. See you Friday. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
As long as he keeps standing up there talking about the doctors giving him a good report, the Republican Party is not going to support the 25th Amendment.
I mean, going against NATO, trying to talk about you want to invade Greenland. I see that as crazy. I see that as insane. You talking invading, attacking your own ally.
A lot of the shit that he's done is insane, and they keep sitting up here back in his play. Like, since when do we not feed Americans? When we start doing it?
Not true. That's true. That's true. I just,
Since when they do insider trading in front of everybody's face?
There was a Republican who stated he wasn't supporting invading Greenland. You talking about Lindsey Graham? You must be talking Lindsey Graham. That I don't know why though he keeps getting elected. I'm trying to figure out how he gonna get. Yeah, it's going to backfire in a major way. Yeah, it will. It will. And then though there is this plot. And then though there's another plot that I noticed that nobody's talking about. There's a plot to take Alberta and Yucatan away from Canada. Now nobody's talking about that part, but it is talked about if you go to Canadian news, they're talking about that heavy. They're talking about that heavy in Canada. Hold on. Anyway, yeah. Canada ain't gonna let it happen. Right. I don't know. Somebody keep on calling me, so I would, I continue on for a little bit. But yeah.
You don't know who calling you?
Yeah, it's probably them damn robocalls and shit.
Oh.
Yeah,
I just block all them numbers. It's crazy because they
ever since Thanksgiving, I've been getting these robocalls. Like they just be, I get tired of blocking. Like damn, like whatever, man. I just they get on my fucking nerves. Every morning I get that.
Yes, but ICE is Trump's personal little army that he is utilizing for, thank you, to attack his political enemy. What?
Yeah, but I'm going to circle the block on that Malcolm. What's his name? In Texas, I got to circle block on that one. That because I meant to do a live stream on that. I meant to do a live stream on his ass. This is stupid. This is one of the stupidest shit I ever heard of.
Is he still on it?
Apparently he is.
Well, maybe he can make it happen.
He's what was fierce to USA. Let me know when, and I'll be here for. Yeah, man, that shit. I like. Come on, I can't. You gonna take over that little small ass county in Texas where nobody lives? There's a reason why nobody live in that county. It's because there's no water there. It's a desert. Stupid ass. Most people live like within the confines of Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. Between these three areas, y'all just want to sit there and just gonna go all the way out there in the desert where nobody is at. Ain't no river there. It's just dirt. Ain't no river. Ain't no river run through that county. Far as I know.
Maybe he's gonna set up the irrigation system.
Huh?
Maybe he's gonna set up the irrigation system.
Man. Yeah, the woman are brainwashing, putting their children in harm's way. They just, yeah. Again, man, we gotta do another live stream on that one because I gotta go off on that on a separate live stream. That really is just I be shaking my head on that because it's been going on for what, a good 8 months at least. Queen, they've been going after for 8 months or something like that. Yeah, he's a documented woman. I remember 97.9 the radio station down here in Houston. They always was talking about it at length for a couple of days, and I thought it was just some idea. I didn't know though the nigga was doing this shit. Oh, he said it was more than 18 months. Oh, okay.
Hey,
damn.
he can do it.
Damn. Okay. More than 18 months. Okay. I thought it was he just did it, you know, the last 9 months or so. So. But anyway, I need to catch up on these phone calls, see if these are actually robocalls or not. Hold on, wait a minute. I should do that. I'm too lazy. Right? Yeah, I'm lazy, y'all. I'm lazy. What's going on, Stanley? Yeah, I'm lazy right now. He said he gonna cut up some bad meat and sell it to people. Yeah. What's going on, Stanley? But yeah, so anyway, I actually entertained. Say what? But I went in. I'm glad. Well, you must be happy that I entertained you at work. The last couple hours at work. So yeah, I'm about to hang it up.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Arguing with them people they say is funny. I don't know what.
Yeah, man, I let Femi had it. I said, fuck, let me just hang on back and let Femi go in. Go in on Kelly and shit, and and Metadol. Yeah, I let it rip. I said, huh?
I said I didn't know she was black. Have a good day.
Oh yeah. Metadol's black. She's very she's one of those gamer girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. She is a dark skin. Huh?
She's from the U.S.
Yeah. She is an American.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Metadol's a black, dark. She's a dark skinned black woman though. She do gaming. If you go to her channel, that's all it is, just games. That's all she's doing. So.
Yeah, I didn't know that she was black based on the rhetoric she have in your chat.
Yeah, she's kind of bougie.
Bougie ain't got nothing to do with it, okay? Being a Christian white nationalist ain't got shit to do with bougie.
Well, what about old girl from Oklahoma? That dark. You remember that? What's her name? She was trying to beat another Candace Owens. You remember her name? You remember her?
That black girl.
Yeah.
Talking shit about Candace Owens.
Yeah.
Country ass accent.
Yeah, that country ass accent. Man, that sound Oklahoma like a motherfucker. Like, damn. I thought that was a white woman when she was opening her mouth. Cause shit, I closed my eyes. I thought that was a blonde head, blue eyed white woman talking. Tarnation. Yeah, using the term tarnation and shit.
Yeah. I don't consider none of that shit bougie. That shit ain't bougie just because they can sit up there and train themselves to speak like white folks.
I don't think she was speaking white. That's that Oklahoma accent. That's an Oklahoma accent. I'm sorry. That's an Okie right there. But then again, yeah, you might be right. You know. But yeah. But I laughed at that shit. I forgot her name now. Cause I used to cook her ass. She probably stopped.
Her videos was coming across my feed. Yeah, they was coming across a lot. So I don't know what that's about.
Who knows? Like she probably went to another algorithm or some old shit. Well, Candace not. She's not popping as she used to anyway.
I was gonna say, is she even creating content? Cause I ain't seen nothing of her come down my. Oh, excuse me, my feed either.
Yeah, I saw a couple of video or live stream. I know she was live streaming, but it's like it's kind of dead. She kind of falling off. It seemed right after her and Erica Kirk met, it seemed like her content just fall off. It's just falling off, and then Savvy Sabs just kept milking the shit out of it. She kept milking shit about that Charlie Kirk shit. The Egyptian airplane stuff. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, Savvy Sabs is annoying. I'd be like, come on, stop. Just stop, woman. Stop.
I just want to tell you, like, what exactly do you want people to do? It don't sound like you like no goddamn body. So what is the point?
Savvy can't stand AOC. She can't stand this person, that person. I'm like, okay, Savvy. Listen. Who do you want? Who you want us to back? Because you keep denying everybody. This person can't do this, and Madani is this, and I don't trust Madani. And then well, I don't like AOC or Bernie betrayed us, and I'm like, really? You just hold on. Who's this? Oh, that's you. Okay. Yeah, I just like, come on.
Yeah, I just think she's controlled opposition. Because it don't make no sense.
It's kind of like she's to me, right? And it's somewhat of an unfair comparison. It's kind of unfair, but I kind of see Savvy Sabs as the female Destiny. I kind of see her as a female version of Destiny, because even though it's an unfair comparison, it's not an accurate comparison. It's just like she's only saying it just to rile you up, but then there's no give and take with her.
Yeah, she don't have no solutions.
Right. Erica Kirk is a demonic creature who sucked the energy. Oof. Yeah, oof.
Erica Kirk do got some kind of damn spirit in her eggs. Okay. That's for sure. Okay. Definitely.
Sooner or later, it's gonna come find out that she was just a plant to get Charlie, to get Charlie to a certain level.
Or maybe able to get her in a damn level. Shit. That woman older than him, more educated than him, and all of that shit. And now they done knocked him off, and she done took over the company doing all these press tours. Don't nothing about her look like no damn grieving widow.
It's like that movie Maturing Candidate. And I'm talking about the one that was made in the 60s. But then again, the Denzel Washington one was good too. But you know what? Take any version of the movie. Take the Frank Sinatra version or the Denzel version, right? The basic plot was a person was supposed to run for president or vice president, and then they would force this person to marry this woman, and then the mother was the foreign spy who made her son get married, and then he become the candidate and shit. That's what I think that was happening to Charlie Kirk with Erica, and then somebody just happened to, it was part of the plan, but then he got removed.
I think he was always supposed to get removed. I don't think Charlie Kirk was supposed to become a goddamn thing. Charlie Kirk was used, and when they got done using his ass, they got rid of
him. Yeah, you're right. It could be like rallying the flag,
Right. What the fuck they want with an uneducated white man? What would they do with him besides use him? He is cannon fodder. Why they not giving him off?
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right because he's useless at this.
These people keep sitting up here talking about, they was gonna put him president. Get the fuck out! Really? Look at him. Put him president for what?
He outlived his usefulness. He outlived his usefulness. All he did was to galvanize the angry white millennials and white Zoomers into a frenzy,
and then help them realize that they can go ahead, gave them the green light to corrupt the youth of America. That is all the fuck. His ass was a pawn, and they didn't need him no goddamn more, and they knocked his ass out. Why? Because he know too damn much. And he's not educated, so he's likely to talk when he don't get what the fuck he want. Because they was not finna put that man in no position.
It did. I don't know if you know this. Though Texas trying to pass a law trying to force Turning Point USA to have every chapter in every school district in Texas. You breaking up. You're breaking up. Yeah, man. Yeah, I wait for her to come back, but that's what they're trying to do. But every school district is going to have a Turning Point USA club. I'll wait for her to come back because I'm gonna close this out anyway. I'm gonna close this live stream out anyway, but I'm gonna make sure she come back first. So, America, we're not gonna have girl. Listen, Femi, they're about to do this in Texas already. Every high school gonna have a Turning Point USA. All right, I'll be damn. Yeah. I'm waiting for Queen to come back. You know what? I'm only gonna let Queen up on the panel. So let me just drop the panel. Need the link, and I'm gonna let her to show up. If not, if she doesn't show up in 10 minutes, I'm going to bed, y'all. If I had kids, they would be homeschooled. I would not let my kid listen to right. And then though, y'all ever notice though, Well, like y'all probably already have noticed, but because I've been, I've been saying it too as well. But if you're going to have a funeral, right? How come the parents wasn't there, and how come the sister was not at the funeral? You know, where are the eulogy at? Yeah, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia. Yeah, it's already in those states for if my memory serves me correct. If my memory serves me correct, I think they're over there. So I'm gonna give Queen a couple more minutes because I gotta go to sleep. Shit. Uh, they don't know what they're getting to. Right, right, right. And it's like that Bible talk about the false prophet. That's what I think. I think they are the false prophet. You know in the book of Revelation or something. I'm just saying. That's what I'm starting to believe. So yeah, I'm waiting for Queen to pop back up. I'm giving her I'm giving her a few more minutes. Otherwise, like I said, I'm hanging this up. This is almost 4 hours. Wait, I got what? 3 hours and 41 minutes. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, got 19 more minutes and it to be a 4 hour live stream. Right. Now let's talk about that part too. Like they don't like just like what you said, Femi. They don't love any God, right? Let's talk about that, right? What they did to the Vishak Ramaswamy, right? Oh, you're not a Christian and you're not American, right? And so we're not gonna vote for you because you're not quote unquote Christian, which means white. But let's use that on let's use the logic on that, right? If that's the case, shouldn't y'all try to convert Vishak Ramaswamy to Christianity? If we're gonna go, if we can go by that logic, you know, you know, if we're gonna going by that logic, shouldn't you? If you're as a Christian, you should evangelize to convert people. And in order to be a Christian, you also you have to be the salt of the earth, which means your character and your faith is there to convert a Vijay Ramaswamy or either convert Ursa Vance. Instead of condemning Ursa Vance and condemning uh, Vijay Ramaswamy, they could have used their quote unquote be salt of the earth. I'm just saying. I mean, if they really is Christians as they claim that they are, claim to be. See, the logic of that, you know, i- is false. So for them, as long as it doesn't affect them directly, they white splain their deviants. Oof, 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 oof. Hmm. Yeah. So I guess Queen is not coming back, I guess. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna hang on for a few more minutes, because I don't want to be rude, I don't want to be rude because like she was in the middle of something and she got cut, something must happen to her device or something. So I'm gonna try to, if she managed to come back on here, I let her have her last words or whatever, and so forth. Hey, this thing on? Okay. I thought he hit the mute button, but yeah, but I'm sleepy, y'all. I'm sleepy as hell right now, and been up for part of the night, and I have to go to work tonight anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna take me some sleep. I'm gonna take me a couple winks, I should say, and hit this damn job. So yeah. Let me see. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know, yeah, I appreciate for everybody who came up here and contribute. I appreciate Femi. You know, I appreciate Femi for taking over the show. Yeah, I appreciate Miss Wilson, Keyshawn Wilson coming over. I appreciate Queen for coming over here being a co-host, and I also appreciate Pure Butterfly for sending me that link as well. So that what the congressman has said. The congressman from Colorado said. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for dropping by. I ain't planning on this for be a long live stream. So yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna hang this up, y'all, and oh, that's right. I forgot. That's right. Oh, I'm sorry. So, something remind me of something that I need to do something. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for coming. Something just popped into my head that I need to do something right now. So let me get off of here. Y'all be easy. I'll see y'all next time. And yeah. I'm out. Have a good one.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.